Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeedy. Yo.
What up there, M?
What up?
Hello.
Ouch!
Hello.
Hello.
You right?
How are you?
Yeah. Fine.
Good. That's what we like to hear. Yeah, it's always good to be good.
Good to be
So
good.
I am. Good to be good. Yeah, are we ready to go? Are you ready to go? Is everyone ready to go? I don't know if people are ready to go.
Think we're ready to go?
Yeah.
Are we
No,
ready
we're
to
ready. We're ready to go.
Are we ready to go?
Let's start the motherfucking show, bitch. Welcome yo to the veteran gamers. Juju, Jimmy, other fellas will tell you about every single game that you're playing this week.
Can we cut the condescending crap and play the game?
Stu story time and Jimmy's game breakers. Here comes Duke with the soundbite saviors.
You require a 3-bedroom bisexual house share in Walthamstow. Is that correct?
It's the veteran gamers.
I like the beats and shouting.
Yeah, boy.
Fuck yourself.
Welcome to the flower
Console
shop.
off before you have to press repeat, yo.
Duke, what's with all the sound bites?
Hello and welcome to episode 449 of the Veteran Gamers Podcast.
Yay, 449, and we're feeling fine. Next up is a big one, 487.
Woohoo! Can't wait. It's going to be
I'm Bill.
amazing. I'm Stu.
I'm chilling.
Yay! Wow, that was the best
Not
we've ever done
military
it.
veterans. No, we are not military veterans. We are veterans of the gaming lifestyle.
And we stream every Sunday, 9 p.m. On Twitch, YouTube, and some other service that we don't talk about.
How
Yeah,
about
yeah.
that?
Wow, I think that's the best it's ever been done. We must have got all professional.
Yeah, very professional.
Yeah, for 1 week only though. Don't get too excited because next
This
week
is the beginning of something awesome.
is 450 people.
Oh, yeah.
454, 50. Yeah, so big show. So we're going to not do what we normally do next week. We're going to do what we normally do when it's a 50 or a 0. So we're going to just talk shit, I guess, for like whatever time for like various randomers. Sounds like normal, to be fair.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So yeah, so that's what we're going to do next week. So if you want to come on the show, send us an email and we'll get you in and come by, say hello, because we've hit another milestone of another 50 shows done and in the bag, as it were. Well, not quite yet. We have to do that next week. I mean, let's be honest. I might get it by a buster, like tomorrow or something, and then all that shit's gone to the shit. You know what I mean? It ain't going to happen, is it, if I'm dead? Yes.
Maybe we should do an episode where Stu just talks to himself.
Just
I know.
keep quiet the whole time, and Stu
Yeah.
just fills in all the gaps.
Yep.
I could do that. I reckon I could
would
take
do
the
that.
challenge.
Shushed.
Yeah, I can do my own show. It'd probably be better, to be honest. Anyway, now you two are going to be quiet now, aren't you, after I've said that? I know what's going to happen here. Right, well, I guess we better get on with the show. So, it's just me then, because them two have gone, and I'm going to ramble on. So, yeah.
You could
Yes, I
announce a segment.
I could do. Yeah. Have you got any stories? What stories have been happening?
Favorite
Have you got any
time.
stories?
It's story time.
Story time.
I got a story to tell.
Woo!
When we got back from our trip, I started working on a website, and today I finished the website. Hooray!
Woo-hoo.
So it's up. So everyone should go to the website and check out my website about the trip that we took to Europe. And it features a page about the party in Manchester, but it also features stuff about where we were staying in Manchester and our adventures in London, seeing Hamlet at the Globe, and visiting friends in Germany, and seeing Balzac's house in Paris. And yeah, lots of other fun stuff along the way.
So, what's the website address? You need to tell us.
Well, it's fbesp.org, floating brain of Eric S. Piotrowski, /Europe.
Good God, that's it's a bit of a complicated website.
Why don't you tell me what URL I should use instead?
You should have used www.dukegoestoeurope.com.
You think I should register a new domain for this site? Are you
Definitely.
on?
Yeah, dukegoestoeurope.com. I reckon that'd
When
be
you make a
perfect.
website, you can use whatever domain name you want. And when I make websites, I'll use the ones I want. People can also just go to Facebook and find me there and then find the link that way.
That's how I found it. I
Nice.
found it in like 2 seconds. It was no
Yeah,
trouble
exactly.
at all.
It's not really that crazy.
Oh, no, I was just saying, because it's just a tricky website malarkey to remember, unless I'm writing it down with a pen or something.
Well, the only person that has said anything in the chat is Soul Brother, so I say hello to Soul Brother, everyone.
Hello, Soul Brother.
Oh, Chinny put the link in the chat. Thank you.
Bam.
Bam.
Bam. Right, there you go. Yeah, any other stories? Is that it? Is that it? We're done.
Super Mario 64 says hello. No other stories from me. Nothing happened this week at all.
No.
I literally sat in a room staring at a wall.
Yeah, I worked nearly all week, so yeah, nothing happened. Actually, I have got a story. Actually, thinking about it. Yeah.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
Yeah, I
Every
did.
3 minutes, Stu will always come up with a story.
Yeah, no, I just remembered something I did that was really, really stupid.
Okay.
Like, really stupid. So, anyway, here's the thing, right? Garden construction still ongoing, by the way, people. So that shit's still happening, even though I've done a lot of stuff. I'm up to the kitchen worktop stage. So I've got so some dude came round who puts like bricks up. Listen, let me get to the point. So some dude came round and he put me some bricks up, and I'm going to do an outdoor kitchen. So I need to build a worktop on top of said bricks, right? But to build said worktop, I needed some plywood. So I thought, right, I need to go down to the woodyard and get myself some plywood, then I can put that on top. Seems so straightforward so far, so off I go. So I measured it up, told him how much I wanted it cut in, and he cut all the wood up for me. So I went to put it in the car, but I haven't got a hatchback anymore. I just have like a saloon car, so I had to stick it in the back of the car. Now, problem was, the wood length was too long to go across the back seat, so I had to balance it on top of the passenger seat. So far, so good. Now, off cut of wood, I balanced on top of the first piece of wood. Off I go to come home, come to the first roundabout, put the brakes on to slow down. My off cut of wood slid on top of first piece of wood into the windscreen and broke my windscreen of the car.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, indeed. So I was just like, I like put the brake on and I saw it sliding. I was like, I wasn't quick enough to react to stop it. And it just went jink. And I thought, oh, it's all right, it's all right. And I pulled it back, and there was like a spider web of cracks from where the corner had hit the windscreen. I was just like, for fuck's sake.
Nice.
So, luckily, from an insurance standpoint, it can be fixed for 75 quid. So it's not as terrible as it could be.
75 quid?
I know, for a new windscreen. But it would have cost over 200 quid to have it just replaced.
200 quid?
But then the outdoor kitchen has cost me an additional 75 quid now.
75 quid?
So put that on top of the cost of everything else that I've done. So yeah, I've got a habit of doing stuff like that. Because I told you about the one with the fucking, when I nailed when we had a new stair carpet and I put a nail through the pipe, didn't I? So yeah, that was a costly expense.
How much did that cost?
Well, that was a bit fucking shit, right? Because that happened at 10 o'clock at night, and I was a little bit pissed at the time. And I was like, fucking, what's the guy who puts his finger in the dam? I was like that, holding this pipe to stop water going everywhere. And for an hour and a quarter, which is what it took the guy to fix it all, cost 200 quid.
200 quid?
200 quid. Most expensive stair carpet I've ever had.
I only asked you what the price was so I could do the squeaky voice thing.
I know you did. So yeah, I broke my car windscreen, which isn't very clever. So, hey ho, what are you going to fucking do? So there you go. That's my story of the week. Other than that, I've not done anything else too stupid. So, you know, it's all been good apart from that. So, and we should say it's very close to your wedding now, Chinny.
17 days.
Yeah, it's pretty close, isn't it?
17 days.
Yeah.
Then I get to get married and stuff.
You will be hitched. You'll be hitched and all that stuff.
All that stuff, yeah.
And I'll see you again very soon, won't it? It won't be that long till I see you.
No, it's not long now.
Got to try and lose a few more pounds before now and then, you know. Getting trim, ready for all that dancing and boogieing and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, they'll be boogieing, they'll be dancing. Yeah, should be good.
Yeah, and then there'll be all that. By the way, I've got to ask the question: Who's doing the photography? Is that someone who works with you, or have you got a specific?
You're gonna have drones circling overhead.
I know, yeah, you're gonna have drones overhead taking film footage. How's this happening? Filming of the day.
There will be drones. There will be a drone.
All right. Is it you controlling said drone, or is someone else doing that?
Someone else will be controlling the drone.
Okay.
The photography is done by friends of mine, but they are being paid.
Okay.
Video is done by an employee of mine who is being paid,
Right.
I'm not lifting a finger.
No, I should think you know, but it wouldn't surprise me. Because we
Yeah.
know what you like. You'll be there grabbing a camera and going, I'm going to do talking in the camera while I spin around the room and stuff.
No, yeah, no, I'm not going to film anything. No, it'll be documented, filmed in some way, but I'm not allowed to do it.
Have you been told under no circumstances you're allowed to get hold of the camera?
People have been telling me, like, you shouldn't even, like, have your phone on you. I'm like, what? Why? So I don't know why that is, but apparently, like, getting your phone out on your wedding day is a no-no.
Yeah, probably is a bit of a like faux power. Like, especially if you're just about to do the vows and your phone rings or something. That's not good, is it?
Well, I'm just talking about just getting your phone out in general. I think apparently that's not on.
No, because you shouldn't be distracted from your beautiful wife on the day. You know what I mean? That's what you got to be doing. You got to be focused.
He's staring at Instagram during the ceremony, is it?
He might be.
Yes, you're right. He might be. Anyway, I want to say that I had an unexpectedly good result from Reddit, which doesn't happen often. I post a lot of stuff to Reddit and usually gets downvoted to shit. But I posted a life pro tip today, which got a lot of love, and I was surprised because I thought Reddit was going to hate it. The life pro tip is tell yourself it'll probably be fine. We tend to worry about things a lot as human beings, and usually we worry about stuff that turns out okay. So lately, over the last few years, my mantra has become, it'll probably be fine. And obviously this can go too far. Oh, there's a growth on my neck. Everyone's posting jokes about, oh, what's this thing on my neck? It'll probably be fine. Yeah, it's not an absolute thing. But
so let me ask you this then. So how
do I know he's going to do the exact thing I just said?
Yeah, it's very likely, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, let me ask. I'm going to give you a scenario and let's see if it works, right? I've just done like diarrhea shit that was so bad that
it's even medical. Like you could have made it automotive. You could have made it about your house. You could have.
Right, listen, I'm not finished.
Took the exact thing I just ridiculed people for making jokes about over and over again online, and said the same thing to me.
Well, I was just checking if it worked or not. That's all.
No, that's one of the rare situations where it doesn't work.
Oh, okay.
If you have a medical condition, see a doctor. If your house is on fire, call the fire department.
Okay. You see, I could have used it with my window breaking experience, couldn't I? Because I could have said, nah, it'll probably be fine. Which it's going to be fine because it's getting fixed, so it's going to be fine, isn't it?
There you go. You're welcome.
There you go. You see, it works. There you go. Right. Are we going to move on? Talk about games.
Yes, I think it's time for us to move on.
What you been playing?
What you been playing? What you been playing?
There you go. I'm going to start off this week because I've played quite a lot of stuff for a change.
Ooh.
So I thought, you know what? I'm going to break.
Go ahead, Stu. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to break with tradition because I'm going to start with a non-video game, but a game.
A non-video game, but a game.
Yeah, I played today with Kay and Millie a new game, which was very, very complicated.
Was it a board game? Was it a card game? Is it geocaching?
It's a board game called Betrayal at House on the Hill.
Okay.
This is a video game podcast, Stuart.
Shut up. It's a game.
It's the veteran gamers. Hey, at least we're not going on about movies we've watched recently like the Overseas Connection is doing now. Hey, here's a TV show I watched last week.
True. It's still a game.
Anyway, love you guys.
So anyway, right. So I bought this game, and it was on sale at Amazon.
Thank God we're getting the backstory about how you obtained.
Of course, right? Because obviously I'm a cheapskate, so it had to be on offer before I buy such a thing.
Of course.
But it's got loads of good reviews, so I thought I'll give this a go. You know, we play like lots of standard type stuff like dominoes and things like that. But I was like, let's try something a bit more hardcore. You know, something that's got a bit more depth to it than the standard domino type games and cards and things. So I got this game called Betrayal at House on the Hill, right? And this is a haunted house game where it's a little bit like Carcassonne in so much as you build the house that you're exploring as you play the game. So you have all these different...
Sorry, I hate to interrupt. Chinny, do you know what Carcassonne is?
It's a game.
So you do know?
It's a board game. That's about all I know.
So okay, because Stu brushed past it as if we all knew. What
Oh, I
Carcassonne
assume it's been out on 360 and PC and stuff. There's like digital versions. Oh, I didn't know. I thought you knew what it was.
The only time I knew of Carcassonne is when they released a version of it on the XBLA.
All right, I'm stupid. Help me out. What's Carcassonne?
It's a boring board game that everybody bums.
Everyone loves Carcassonne. So basically, Carcassonne is you're like a pilgrim in it. It's a little bit like you see, I'm trying to think of a good sort of comparison. It's a bit like Civilization, but a board game version of it. So you build tiles. So you have, yeah, or Catan. Yeah,
I would compare it to Street Fighter.
I would compare it to the Cones of Dunshire.
No, you got to hear me out, right? So the reason why I call it, oh look who's playing this board game. It's what you playing, Ash? Or
oh, nice.
Anyway, the reason why I compare Carcassonne to Street Fighter, which no one on the face of this planet has ever done, is because Carcassonne is quite probably one of the most popular nerdy board games, right? And if you used to pick a popular fighting game,
Street Fighter 2.
There you go. Exactly. It took you a while, but you got there. But so
your analogy there. Well, we didn't realize you were waiting for us to finish the sentence.
Yeah.
No, we didn't. So we got there.
So when people say like boring board games for nerds, right? People go, "Oh, Carcassonne." Right? That's the one. You know, when you're not talking about Monopoly or Downfall or Ludo, right? When you talk about proper nerdy board games, people go Carcassonne. Like if someone said, "Hey, I play fighting games." What, like Street Fighter? And they'd be like, "No, Dragon Ball Fighters, you fucking idiot."
Naruto.
I love sometimes we get like comments in the chat. ENW just went, "Jesus Christ."
Yeah.
Is that like John Mulaney's wife when he's at Best Buy?
No, he put that comment when I smashed the when I was talking about smashing the windscreen.
No,
so
he put that comment when you was talking.
Shut up.
Anyway, you bought a board game. Go ahead, tell us about the game you bought.
So basically, it's kind of cool. So it's a little bit like the structure of Carcassonne. So every time you take every time you go through a doorway,
compares it to Carcassonne, even though we both just talked about how.
Oh, Catan, or whatever. Right.
Whatever. You go through
you put a room tile down, and you have to explore this haunted mansion.
Yeah, so you're kind of building the board as you explore the house.
Yeah, you build the house basically. Okay. So each time you put a tile down, you're building it, and there's like upper floor, ground floor, and a basement.
Gotcha.
So
don't go in the basement.
So exactly. So basically, what you do is you build this house and you explore it, and you have like cards and events happen as you're going through the house, and you pick up items.
What's an example of an event that happens?
So an event that might happen is like the room will fill with smoke, and you choke.
Get out of the house. It's
so
like
then you
said, "Oh, what a lovely house! Get out! Too bad we can't stay."
You can't because the front door's locked. So once you're in, you're in.
I got an axe.
Front door's locked. So an event might happen.
You went into a haunted house without an axe? Are you crazy?
Exactly. But you can pick up weapons. You get weapons as you sort of, as you're going. Yeah, so you get out. So we did get an axe.
Chop down the front door and get out.
You get a spear. You get all this stuff. So anyway, all this shit goes down.
You never get a machine gun, do you?
You don't. No.
That would be awesome. Because
that would end it all.
Well, then each room also has a symbol on, and each symbol might pertain to a card, like an event card or an omen card or an item card. So you pick one of those up if that's in your card.
Hang on, Stuart.
Yes.
Can I sort of take a few steps back here? Right.
You can.
So you convinced Kay and Millie to play this nonsense.
I did.
How are they getting on with it?
Well. Okay, here's the thing.
That's short for they didn't want to play anymore.
Sometimes you've just got to ask the right questions, dude.
It went better than Pandemic because we actually completed the game. So that was an improvement on Pandemic where we didn't actually finish playing because it got so complicated and no one could really understand the rules of what we're supposed to be doing. We got there in the end with Pandemic, but then it was.
Well, I had the feeling that would happen with Stu with Parcheesi as well. Wait a minute, the tiles are supposed to go back here.
No, I was fine with it. But this is the problem with games like this, right? This is the problem.
The first evening you play it, you have to just go through learning it.
Correct.
When I'm hanging out with friends, I live in some other city, and they go, "Hey, let's play this new game I just got." I go, "Oh God, no!" Because it means the next 2 hours is just going to be this nightmare of sorting through rules.
The game should take per play 45 minutes to an hour. Right. The first playthrough we did today probably took nearly 2.5 hours, I would have said, including obviously reading of all the rules and instructions.
Just watch YouTube like a normal family.
Or Monopoly.
I know. Well, Kay did say that at one point. She said, can we not play Monopoly instead?
Can we just play Monopoly?
We're playing this. I spent £4 on it. We're going to get our money's worth.
No, it was more than that. It's an expensive game to buy. It's not cheap. It's not cheap. But anyway, here's the thing.
When you finish the game, you cleanse the house of all the evil spirits?
No, this is where it gets cool. So for the first half of the game, you play cooperative.
Notice there's no simple answer to this simple question.
Yeah, shut up. So you play the game as cooperative to begin with as players, and it can be anywhere.
Then you turn on each other and you start stabbing each other in the eyes.
One player halfway through the game becomes like a traitor.
Oh.
So then the haunt phase of the game begins. Now this is kind of where it gets kind of cool.
Heartbreaking decision to make about whether his best friend lives or dies.
So you have what's called the haunt book. So one's the survivor's guide and one's like the traitor's guide. So you each have special instructions and rules then that you have to follow once the haunt begins. Now it can be one of any 50 scenarios. So there's 50 different stories that can happen once the haunt begins. See, so it's kind of cool. And the one we got was I'd hidden 2 voodoo dolls in the house. So their objective was to find where the voodoo dolls were and break them. And my objective was to reduce the number of heroes to half. And if I did that, I won the game. So I had to kill them.
Kill one of them.
Yeah, I had to kill one of them, and they had to find the voodoo dolls.
And who won?
They won. They found the voodoo dolls.
In your face, Stu.
So yeah, but it was pretty good. And like the next time we play, we know what we're doing now, so we won't spend all that time reading.
At the risk of dragging this out more, how would you go about getting them to kill each other, or you killing them?
Right. Well, it's a little bit like an RPG. So you each have like traits. So you have like knowledge, speed, might, and sanity. So you each have a sanity and a score. So you have 6 dice, and your attack is how many. So you roll as many dice as your attack number is, and they have to do the same. And whoever gets the highest score wins. And the difference between the 2 scores is how much they take off the.
So you just roll the dice, and if you get a high enough roll, then they kill each other.
Correct, and then each trait has like a skull at the bottom, and you reduce any of them to that skull, then they're dead.
Gotcha.
So it's kind of cool. I must admit, it's kind of cool. But there's all this other special shit going on. So yeah,
it sounds complicated, but I'm glad you liked it.
It's complex, but like I say, once you got your head around what the hell you were meant to be doing, it was sort of all right. Once we got the hang of it.
Hey, we just got suspended from YouTube.
Really? Why?
Because we're streaming this fucking video.
Get out of town.
Yeah.
Well, we always stream video games. Why are we getting?
No, because Will Wheaton has fucking got this shit tied up.
You're kidding.
Well, there you go.
Wowzers! Who knew? Who knew?
Well, why is the show still on the? I mean, the YouTube channel looks fine.
If you try and watch this live on YouTube now,
stream unavailable. Stream suspended for policy violations.
Damn.
Holy cow!
Zip it about.
Damn! What the heck?
What the hell? Wowzers! I never.
Like you should teach English.
So how long were we suspended for? Like indefinitely?
I don't give a fuck.
we have to make changes to the show based on this. The only one I can think of is when we start the show, Chinny has to say we stream every week on Twitch and Beam. Just leave out.
Somebody's got the sound on now, and we can hear an echo because YouTube.
Oh, the stream. Yeah, because the stream just went back up.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, but you need to turn off whoever's had the sound on.
I did. Can't you tell that it's not on now?
Yeah, I can do. All right, then. So yeah, it's pretty good. But
so let's just be clear, all right? Will Wheaton is a cunt. Okay.
So it's somebody else's turn now. Chinny, what have you been playing?
Yeah,
I've been playing Carcassonne.
That's meant to be really good.
I heard it's a lot like Street Fighter.
It's kind of like. Have you ever been in a coma?
No, I have not. Not yet. Knock on wood.
Well, if you play Carcassonne, it's very close to what that's like.
Hadouken!
I have been playing a lot of Street Fighter, actually. This is probably really work.
I prefer Mortal Kombat, to be fair.
No, because for some reason, Simeon, Tara's brother, texts me at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Why?
and he said, "I beat Street Fighter 3 times while drunk." and I was like, "Okay." And then yesterday I was in Manchester because it was his birthday. He's 33 yesterday.
Happy birthday.
And
you've been in Manchester a lot.
Yeah, well, we go a lot because Simeon's there, you see. So yeah. So we got there, and he was playing Street Fighter again. Well, no, we had a meal first, and then we got to his house, and then we played a lot more Street Fighter. He loves Street Fighter, so that's what I've been playing.
Is he good at it though? Is the question.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, he's good. Well,
very good. As long as he's good, because there's no point playing him if he's a bit shit, is there?
No, he's good. He's good.
Well, it depends on if you're also shit, in which case it's great. It's a perfect match.
We played each other, and we...
Someone plays me in Rocket League, then we'll have a good time because we're both shit.
Yeah, so who won?
I don't know. We played each other a lot. I mean, I seem to win a few times. He's won a few times. I don't know. Don't know what.
You talk about Street Fighter on a somewhat regular basis, and I don't know if I've ever asked you this. Who is your go-to person in Street Fighter?
Ken.
Oh yeah, huh? Well then this is perfectly appropriate.
But I do in Street Fighter 4. I love. There's a new character in Street Fighter 4 called Crimson Viper.
Oh.
And I think she's a great character. And I was saying to Simeon, I was like, "Oh man, you should play Street Fighter 4. I think you'd really like it." But yeah, he doesn't play many video games. So, I did introduce him to Fallout 3 though, and he fucking loved it. So.
Well, yeah, who doesn't?
Exactly.
You don't love because you haven't tried it. If you tried Fallout, you probably love it.
The only other thing that I've been playing, but we've all been playing it, is Overcooked 2.
We have Overcooked 2.
Yes, we have. I played that. I'll play Overcooked 1 and/or 2 with the Duchess at some point and see if she likes that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good games.
It is a good game.
So let's talk about that because I've played twice, where you guys have only played once.
And you played with me, and Millie was with us. Where's Millie? Put her on the show.
She's busy watching the telly, so she's not coming anywhere. But yeah, Millie really loved it. She really enjoyed herself. So yeah, she's in the team, people. She's up for the playing every week. So yeah.
Yeah, it's the first time I've ever played video games with Millie, and it was good fun. But like what I liked about it was, when it got complicated, Millie just went, "I'll just do the dishes."
She did. She is funny.
Well, it's probably because I know it certainly was my feeling was that Stu and I were kind of vying for who was in charge, and so in that kind of noise and chaos, the proper response, the intelligent person just goes, you know what, I'm going to go do the dishes.
Yeah, there you go. Just shows that she's just a smart girl. But it's a good game.
So for those who don't know, the premise of Overcooked, you're all on the same board. You have little isometric characters running around. You have to get food from one spot, bring it to another spot, chop it up, bring it to another spot and cook it, bring it to another spot, put it on a plate, and then serve it up.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
You're always bumping into each other. Things are moving around.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's lots of variations in level, but they've introduced the throw button in the second game.
That's the main difference between this and the first one. Is you can throw stuff. You can only throw raw ingredients. So things that you get out of a box and chop. You can't throw plates. And you can't throw pots, and especially boiling pots.
Pans. You can't throw pans or anything like that.
But it is quite good because you can catch as well, which they don't really talk about. But you can.
Yeah, you can throw stuff straight into pots.
Yeah, well, there's
accidentally catch stuff.
There was one level where like we were so sort of organised. In fact, I'll try and skip to it on the stream. We were so organised.
I can't remember that. We got in the zone, didn't we?
We was actually quiet for one part.
we were. It was
and
really funny.
and because we were just sort of like in this zone, and we were just like nailing it. And Stu would say, "Okay, I need rice, bam," and then I would not because he's on the other side. I wouldn't throw the rice to him. I'd throw the rice in his pot. You know, we was getting that quick at it. It was really good, and I think the throwing does add like a nice little touch to it. The only thing is,
in the game, it sounds like this.
Exactly. So the only problem is on this map now that we're on. Millie was throwing ingredients to me and Stu to chop it up, but because she did a good job throwing the stuff over, we sort of like realised that actually there's too much shit on the floor. Now we can't pick this up. So
the other trouble,
pick up the specific thing you're trying to pick up.
Yeah, and also there was that much stuff. You were trying to focus on what you needed, and there was like stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
But the other problem we had in one particular level, there was a little bit of the level where stuff just kept getting stuck.
Yeah,
you couldn't pick it up at all. And,
yeah,
there was a glitchy bit.
There's a bit of a glitch at some point, but it's we were literally playing it the second day it was out, so
yeah,
hopefully these things will get ironed out. But on the level now on the screen now on the stream is the level that we sort of were in the zone. But there's not a lot different. They've changed there's a few new ingredients, and there's these bonus levels. There's a bit more happening in there's an overworld, very similar to Super Mario World, where you go from the level to level, and there's little secrets and switches and extra bonus levels that you can unlock.
There is,
and from what I gather, I think the bonus levels are just the ones where you got to steam the what are they? Those kind of like dumpling things.
We did one. Yeah, we did one level that was really difficult, didn't we? It took us like 4 or 5 goes to do it.
Yeah, it was tricky.
Stuff just kept happening. Yeah, and that was, and then we realised we'd missed the 2 earlier ones, hadn't we? We'd unlocked them, but just not found them.
Yeah. So
we need to do those when we come back to it next week.
It was really good. We're gonna play it again next Wednesday or Thursday. And carry it on. Hopefully Duke can join us for that one.
Yeah, we can have a 4-player then, everyone.
And that'll be all 4 of us going at once.
So you played this game before. You played the first one a lot. I'm just getting into these games. I'll say that I like them, but as I said to Stu the other day when we were playing together, there's a part of me that kind of just wishes you could, I don't know, just set up a time frame and be like, let me see how many points I can get in this time frame. Instead, the game is all about adding complications into the board, and you're going to bump into each other more, and you're going to, have trouble getting to where you need to get to. And there's going to be, the levels that it's like a hot air balloon, and there's different things coming and going. And part of me is like, I don't want any of that. I just want to be able to cook stuff. And I don't know.
Yeah. I suppose what you're getting at is the stress of the game is it never leaves.
Right.
I suppose. And you're right, because it is fun to do. I think is what you're getting at, Duke, is it's a fun game to play, even if it was quite relaxed, if it was slowed down. And maybe, I don't know, I haven't looked actually, but if there was like a casual mode where you just sort of, like just fucking about, I would play that. I'd be up for that. But, it is, I suppose the joy in this game is the chaos that happens when...
It's the chaos, but it's like, for me, the joy in the game is... Yeah, the arguments, but also the joy for me is when you get it right. That feeling when, like, that point when we were in the zone and we was like a well-oiled machine where we just like chucking everything out, and we scored massively over 1,000 points, didn't we? We just like smashed it.
Yeah.
And it's such a great feeling when you do that, and you've done it really well, and everybody was doing what they were supposed to be doing, and yeah, it's really, really cool. And I find that's probably the most enjoyable for me, is just getting it right, and sort of doing it.
I'm watching us now, and like I'm just sort of watching what I'm doing, and I'm sort of whizzing around so fast, because you sort of, once you start the game, the first sort of 10, 15 minutes, you're kind of like, okay, what's going on? But once you start playing it for a few hours, you really get into the zone of it.
Yeah. And I was constantly on this level.
The other thing is like figuring out which things are where, and like, okay, over here, the shrimp's over here.
It's like Portal in the way of like, you see a level in Overcooked 2 and you're like, okay, how the fuck are we gonna even do this? And then I mean, there was one level in particular, I'll sort of skip back to it on the stream, where we sort of couldn't work out how we was doing it, and then we sort of quickly realized that there's 2 types of food coming in. There's pasta, shrimp and fish, and then there's another one, pasta and meat. And the kitchen was arranged in a way where one could handle one meal and the other part of the kitchen could handle the other meal. And me and Stu sort of worked out, actually, if we just sort of stick to them, you do this meal, I do these meals, we might do it. And then Millie sort of chucks us the ingredients and serves the dishes. And you start to realise, like, again, like Portal, when you look at a level and you're like, how are we going to get this many points? How are we going to cook all this food? And then you start to realise the pattern of it, and you start to sort of adjust to it.
Get it. I know how this works.
Yeah, that's it. So
And the other
it's
thing is
great.
we refused to leave a level until we got 3 stars. So we
Yeah.
are trying to 3-star every single
And
level
I
we
think
do.
that I think that improves you because we could have moved on after 2 stars, but I think because we
Yeah.
strive to get 3 stars.
Well, that's like play Flow, that mobile game. I
Yeah.
won't finish the level until I get it perfect.
Yeah.
Which means you do it right the first time you do every flow.
And I think
Yeah.
I think that trains you to sort of get just better, just more efficient and quicker and so yeah.
See the-
I'm watching because I'm
Oh, we
watching
did.
the stream now.
We did.
I'm watching Millie play, right? Because like I'm watching us 3, but obviously you just concentrating on yourself. And Millie was completely sort of lost at the start of this game, and she's owning it, you know, like she's getting into it and all that sort of stuff. So
Well, I was just going to say what was kind of interesting when we played with you, we didn't fail a single level, did we? Because Millie and I was like we were cooking, and Duke was pretty good as well. So we were just sort of. Whereas we on the first few levels, a couple of them we failed first time through.
Yeah.
We didn't do any of that when we played with Duke, did we?
The conclusion we came to is that I'm better than Chinny. So-
yeah.
Yeah, that's what we did. We did say that. We did
Yeah.
say that.
No,
Yeah,
that's
Duke
true.
is just better than Chinny.
Also, fuck
It
you.
is true.
How about that?
But yeah, it was good. It was cool playing. You know, there was what was quite interesting. Even though we played the levels before, it was still kind of fun to play them again. You know, and see if we did anything differently to when we played it together.
Yeah,
So,
it'd be
yeah.
interesting with 4 of us if it's easier
Yeah.
or harder. You know, the too many cooks.
They ramp
theory.
it up, add more things if you have more
I
players.
don't know. I
don't know.
I don't know. I think you just maybe have to score more points. Maybe
So can you play just with one player?
you
play a
can,
single
but
player?
that's
So how the hell does that work? then?
Because
have-
you have 2 people and you switch off.
yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible.
It's not-
Never play Overcooked 2 or Overcooked 1 with one player. It's just not fun at all. At all. It's boring.
Right.
So don't do that. And it's,
No, the fun is definitely in the cooperative stuff,
Yeah.
isn't it?
yeah, absolutely.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I really like it. I mean, I was a big champion of Overcooked 1. I think
If you do want a cooking game to play solo, try Eat Cook Delicious 2. That's a good game.
so. Yeah,
Yeah, I played the first one of that, I must admit. So I did play Eat Cook Delicious, which is kind of like a flatter screened version of this.
Well, yeah, exactly. You don't have to move around, but you have
Nope.
to push a lot of buttons.
Yeah, get all the ingredients in together to send out your meal. So it
Sorry.
is similar.
Saying something there before I cut you off?
Yeah. So
I
it's
don't know.
kind of cool.
But yeah, I don't know. It's. I'm just bringing it back to the game that we actually played. Overcooked is good.
It's good.
No,
It's very good.
no,
Overcooked 2 is good.
no buyer's remorse. No
Nope.
problem with with putting the money
I'm
down
glad I
for it.
did it as well.
Yeah, and it is available on Switch, and I'm even tempted to get it on the Switch, just to see because I reckon there'll be opportunities to play it on there, and also
But you
to
definitely,
support the
other thing
developers
is
as
you
well.
definitely. Yeah, I was going to say though, you definitely need people to play with.
Well, the Switch is perfect for that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, because you play locally, I guess, can't you?
yeah, that's the whole point. In fact, the developers encouraged you to play it locally. They didn't want to do online, but everybody was asking for it, and I'm glad it's there. But they say that local's
Yeah,
better.
because we wouldn't have been able to do what we've done
Yeah.
this week. if it
Well, we
was
had to play
online.
this when you came over for EGX, remember? So that's
Yeah.
the only time we had to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the developers, I learned that they made the first game in a living room.
Cool. I
and
love
then
stuff like that.
and then the second game they upgraded and they sort of done out his attic in his house.
So they still haven't bought an office or anything then, all right?
No, they haven't got an office. It's just the attic of his house, and
That's
they're
funny.
just like doing it that way. And obviously they've done really well from Overcooked 1, so it's not like they're slumming it up anymore. But the first game
and
was
it's a cool
made in
game,
like
isn't it?
a living room, and he just made it on laptops and sitting on the sofa and all that sort of stuff. So yeah,
Very
it's
interesting.
You see, I played the first game with Millie, like Overcooked, sat together, and she was terrible, to be quite honest. It's terrible. We just ended up with the kitchen on fire all the time because she kept putting pots on and forgetting about them, so there was just stuff constantly on fire.
Love
I
hearing
mean,
her
at one-
father talk about his daughter that way.
I know, but she was, I'm being honest. At one point, the whole kitchen was on fire. It was that bad. But hey ho, she's definitely improved in her gaming performance since then.
yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
So that's
yeah, it's good.
Overcooked 2. We're giving it the thumbs up, and we'll be playing it on the
giving it a thumbs up.
stream next week.
We will.
Wednesday.
The only thing I would mention, just to say, to get us set up in a game together was a bit complex, wasn't it? It wasn't that easy.
Only because of
it was fiddly.
Discord.
Yeah. Yeah, oh no, there was that, but there was also we had to come out and come in again.
Yeah, like the way Overcooked works is if whatever you press, it reads that as a controller. So if you press spacebar to sort of just get into the menu, and then you plug your controller in and press A, it thinks that you've got a keyboard and a controller, because you can play locally on. You can have two people on a keyboard on one keyboard, and you can have you can even split up the controller in half.
Wow.
Yeah. So you can have one half for one person, one half for the other.
Yeah, because you think about the buttons, like they're not that complicated. I think there's only 2 buttons to do.
Right.
Yeah.
So that you can literally just play on like one controller. I think
2 people sharing a controller. That's interesting.
Yeah. So,
but
there you go.
It's good.
It is really good. I love it. And I'm just glad that it's more of what I wanted, and it's just more overcooked, and they haven't really like gone mad with it or ruined it. It's just, and they've added online play, which is what we needed to play it together.
Yeah. And the other thing is it's quite a funny little overstory about the Unbred Rising.
Yeah. Cute.
Yeah, so a cute little story to go with it. So that's why you're doing what you're doing. But yeah, it's very good. So over to you, Duke. What have you been playing?
So more Rocket League. Antonio and I had some games, but he has some weird problem on his end where if he tries to play with me, like his computer just goes nuts. Apparently, we figured out that it's probably his internet connection where he is. Like he works fine when he plays Rocket League alone, solo queuing. But when he tries to get in a game with me, it just goes haywire. So he was like dropping out of games and stuff. It was not a pretty sight. But I'm back at platinum for both 3s and 2s, which is very satisfying. I was stuck in gold for a while on doubles, which it's not a big deal because, rank is just a decoration and a way to find people at your level. But it makes me feel like, inadequate. Like I'm a platinum player. That's where I'm at. That's where I deserve to be, man. But the irony of that is you're never always the thing that you think you are. So you have to be okay with not always being that thing. And I think a lot of the suffering that comes in our lives comes from trying to cling to a thing and say, this is what I am. And then you're not that thing for a little while and you have to be okay with it. So anyway, I am back to platinum now. Feels good. Rocket League. That's about all I have to say about that.
I played Rocket League this week.
Yeah.
For some reason, I've just got back into it a little bit.
Yeah.
And I still haven't played enough matches to rank. So that probably lets you know how many.
I don't have a reward level for the season then either.
No.
Because you need a rank and then like win 10 games to get the bronze reward level and then 10 games to get the silver and gold. Whatever.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's okay. That means you won't get the special wheels at the end of the season.
A special wheel like he gives a crap.
I know, I'm just saying. Some of us care. Minecraft. 1.13 is out. Did we talk about the update to Minecraft? I know they talked about it on the Overseas Connection. There's new stuff underwater. Oh my god. I haven't actually explored much with it, but the aesthetic elements are really cool because now when you go underwater, first of all, you can see better underwater, which is really nice. And there's kelp and there's a lot more fish. So it's not usually when you go underwater in Minecraft, it's just the octopus or the squids, I guess. And that's pretty much all you ever see. Now there's a whole lot more fish and there's these turtles that wander around. And it just feels like that part of the world is a lot more fleshed out now, which I appreciate. So.
When are we going to have this shared server?
Well, I'm on a couple of servers, and y'all could just come on there, and we could carve out.
I'm sure Nicole.
Yeah, I know.
She could talk about.
She was going to talk about getting a Realms.
Yeah, and then she says, like, "Oh, no one's going to play that." I'm sure I listened to that. I'm like, oh, yeah, I think I would.
Necessarily to pay for a whole server for just 4 people. It makes more sense to go to a server that already exists, and all of us just join up with that, and then we carve out an area and build castles or whatever.
But wouldn't it get like raped or something?
Well, no, because if you go to the right servers, they have a whitelist, and they don't allow people in who will do horrible things.
Ooh.
So if people do want to play Minecraft, holler at me. I'll hook you up with whatever server I'm on, and we can build together.
Oh, that's kind of cool. I've not played Minecraft in donkey's years.
Yeah, well, if you have it on the PC, holler.
And I feel like I should. But just never done it.
Well, I never get tired of starting over, making a base, building a nether portal, making an East Timor flag.
Hey, here's a random thing. When do you think Minecraft was released?
2008.
A long time ago, isn't it?
Stu?
I think it was slightly later. I'm going to say 2010.
Right in between the both of them.
Really?
2009, you're joking.
May the 17th, 2009.
Damn.
Oh, damn.
Shooty shucks.
Bitty bitty bam bam.
So that's me. Who's going next? Stu, what do you got?
Yeah, I've got other stuff. I've played other things. I've actually played games.
Are they video games or are they more board games?
No, video games. Not only have I played video, but I finished 2 games this week.
I'm good.
2 whole games, right? First one of which is Forgotten Anne. But they can't spell forgotten for some reason. They put an O instead of an E at the end.
Forgotten.
Forgotten Anne. So yeah, I finished that this very morning. So that was done.
Is it a long game?
It was about 7 hours. So about 7 and a half
I'm going to ask you
hours.
another question here. Ready?
Yeah.
Is this in the running for one of your Game of the Years?
No.
Ooh, I'm shocked.
No.
I'm shocked.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't.
Because it's weird. Tick.
Yeah.
It's shit.
Weird. It's beautiful.
Tick.
It looks beautiful. It looks gorgeous.
It does look very good, actually. I'm slagging this game off, but it does look very good.
Aesthetically, it's beautiful. Right, I'll give you the reason, right? And it's got a good narrative. I really like the story.
Yeah.
Great
art style.
Yeah, beautiful art style. But the controls are very clunky.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, it's not a nice game to play as a platformer. It's very imprecise. It's a little bit Prince of Persia. So,
Okay. Yeah.
So for instance, she runs an extra step because of the animation. When you think you'll stop, you don't stop. You go a bit further and fall off stuff.
So she has momentum.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So she carries on moving. And the other problem, like towards the end of the
Like
game, there was
Geralt from The Witcher.
Bit like Geralt from The Witcher. Towards the end of the game, you have this thing called anima, which powers everything. And I had to turn this device on, but to get the anima I needed, and I looked everywhere and there was none nearby. I had to go back about 6 screens to find some. So I had to go miles back and then all the way back again, which was a bit of a bind, really. So I was a bit disappointed with that. And it's a game that gives you lots of moral choices to make throughout the game.
I see.
But there is only 2 endings as a result. So there's like a good ending. Well, there's not really a good ending, to be fair. There's just 2 endings to the game. And that is very binary in that respect. So it makes out that there's going to be lots of... There are things that what your actions are affect, so that does affect stuff. But it's not probably in such a profound way as I was expecting.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I don't get me wrong. I know I'm sort of being a little bit critical of the game. I did enjoy it. I thought, like I said, the animations are beautiful. The story's really, really good. I did well up a little bit. I didn't cry, but I did get a little bit emotional at the end of the game. Because stuff does happen that it's like, oh no, yeah, you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing I didn't like about it, there were decisions it made me take that I didn't really want to take.
I hate it when a game does that.
It made me do stuff.
When you get two options and you think, I wouldn't do either of those. I feel like a game's failed if it does that.
Yeah, and it made me do stuff that I didn't really want to do.
And on the flip side of that, I love it when a situation shows up and the sentence in my head shows up on the screen. And I get to, I'm like, yes.
Yeah. Like that happens in Mass Effect where I say, fuck you, and then the option is literally fuck you.
yeah. What you'd like to do in that situation.
I think to credit to The Witcher, it did that a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
You always seem to have the option that you would do.
The Witcher would be like, I'd say like bullshit, and like Garrett would literally say the same thing I just said out loud. Bullshit.
Yeah. Well, with any conversations this game, you only ever get 2 choices, so there's only ever 2 things you can say. And it's usually very binary, like I say. It's usually like a good choice or a bad choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So although the story was, I really thought the story was great. I liked the way that they handled everything, and the fact that it does look like a Studio Ghibli film. You know, let's not mistaken here. It looks beautiful.
It's a very good looking game, yeah.
But one of the things I would say, it's not derivative. So even though it very much looks like an anime film by Studio Ghibli, it doesn't feel like it's been influenced by anything they've ever done. It's just the style of it looks like that.
Would you recommend this game to me?
Yes, I think I would.
Because
I think I would.
I know it looks like something I wouldn't be into, but because what you just said before I said that sentence where you said it might look like an anime or a certain style, but it doesn't carry the same traits as what usually comes with those things. So
no, it doesn't. And
I'm a fan of Prince of Persia and the old school sort of 2D platformer, so maybe I would be into it.
Yeah, I don't think you'll be into the gameplay of it at all because, like I say, it's so clunky.
Yeah, but I played Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3.
That is true. That is true.
So...
But yeah, it is frustrating at some points of the game. Not so much that you'd be like, ugh. And I did have a bug towards the end of the game where the screen didn't move, so I had to restart that sort of section again.
Mm-hmm.
So the characters moved off the screen, but the screen stayed where it was. So I was like, huh. So I checked on YouTube because I thought, well, maybe that's meant to happen, but it's a bit weird. So I checked, and then obviously it wasn't meant to happen. And then when I restarted, it was fine. It just restarted the checkpoint, and everything was fine. But it was a bit, again, annoying that it did something that was as weird as that.
I'm shocked that it's not going to be on your top 5 at least for Game of the Year.
It might be in the top 5. It might be in the top 5, but I guess it comes down to gameplay. And I very rarely care that much about how a game plays. I'm more interested in story and narrative, and I did like that. But
if it's such a barrier, then
yeah, it got to the point of frustration at some points in the game, and that was annoying.
I'm shocked.
That was annoying for me.
Well, there you go.
But like I said, I did enjoy it, and I'm not dissing on it, and I would definitely recommend anyone who's into like the anime stuff or wants a game with a decent narrative. I still highly rate it.
Mm-hmm.
They're only really niggles that I had with the game, but I think the niggles are enough not to put it in my top 3 for this year, probably.
Okay.
I would have said.
Fair enough.
There we go.
So there you go. That's me for that. So back to you, Chinny. Have you played anything else?
I haven't. No. So you're gonna have to move on.
Duke, have you played other stuff?
I have. Last week I talked about the first-person shooters that I've been playing, Iron Sight and Blacklight Retribution, and I realized that I figured out how to get to the team deathmatch only versions on Iron Sights. So now that's all I've been playing. I actually uninstalled Blacklight Retribution because I was so annoyed by the lack of a mini map, and so I've been playing a lot of Iron Sight, and it's good. It
looks
game.
good. I still want to play it.
And it's free.
It's free. Totally free. Why not play it? There's nothing.
It's free.
Is it on Steam?
Yes. Get it. Play it. Do it.
Yeah. Come on, do it, Chinny. Of course, it's on Steam. What else is it going to be? You don't play anything else these days.
And then, it could be on Origin or whatever, but it's not.
Yeah.
Another game that's not on Steam is Guild Wars 2. I got an itch for an isometric RPG, and I could play in Quiggygwig, but I didn't. Instead, I loaded up Guild Wars 2 again.
Dude, sorry to just before you go into Guild Wars 2, can I ask you a question about Iron Sight? And then
please.
Do you play it with the mouse and keyboard or a controller?
Mouse and keyboard.
Okay. Interesting.
That's how I play most games except Rocket League these days.
Okay.
Even Overcooked.
I was just going to say, did you play Overcooked with... Oh, my God. That's disgusting.
Yeah, it's not great with mouse and keyboard.
No, you play it with a controller. It's so much better.
Yep. Anyway, I hear you can double jump in Overcooked, too. Did you know you can
cook in Overcooked?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, Guild Wars 2.
So, that's okay, Guild Wars 2. Yeah, I got the itch, and I loaded it up. It's such a great game, and it's free to play, but I bought it before it was cool. But Guild Wars 2 is also free to play, so if anybody hasn't played it, you can check it out. The art style is beautiful. The mechanics are solid. The combat's very good. And, I'm a completionist in this game. So you start off in this one level and, there's like 21 points of interest. And I found 20 of them. And I was like, where is the other undiscovered point of interest? Because there is a map. And when you move to a certain part of the map, it will reveal the different things around you. You can get the hero point here. You can, here's a lookout point you need to conquer or whatever. I couldn't find the final point of interest. And I got to that point where I was looking at the map online and, here's where all the points of interest are. And I was like comparing it to my map. And then finally I was like, oh, there's the box that isn't filled in. It's just such a pain in the ass when you have to get to that point, it should happen organically.
So for someone who doesn't like these types of games,
yes.
Duke, what game can you compare this to? For me,
but I'm looking at this and I don't know
it's kind of like Diablo. Did y'all ever play Diablo at all?
Yeah.
I know of it.
It's sort of like that, except here's the difference between this and Diablo. Diablo is mostly dungeons and graveyards and everything's dark and gloomy and red.
And Diablo is a bit more isometric, isn't it? Because this is kind of more third-person view.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on where you want to set the camera up. Basically, you can set the camera up in any sort of way in this game, but
okay.
Person view, I think, but it's supposedly really bad. I haven't even touched it. But yeah, this is a third-person game. But the graphics are really good. The world is not amazing because, for instance, every time you go to an armor or a weapons dealer, they have sword, longbow, short bow, dagger, pistol. It's all the same list of weapons. And they have level 10 weapons, level 15 weapons, level 20 weapons. So when you get to level 15, okay, you can buy a level 15 sword. But it looks exactly the same as your other sword. Now, there's obviously lots of other swords in the game, but you have to find those. And apparently there's like crafting stuff, which I've never really gotten into. But, I mean, I love crafting, so I think that's something I'm going to do this time through. But I was looking at my other characters, because every time I go back to it, I start a new character. All my other characters, I get to level 20, and then whatever reason, I lose interest. So I'm hoping I stick with it a little more this time.
That's so weird. It's like Eric's from a different dimension got to level 20, and then you think, well, what happened at level 20? Something terrible must have happened.
Or a new game show, Shiny came into his field of vision, and he went chasing that instead.
Probably.
I don't really know why. It's weird, but anyway. So the point is, the last time I played it, I remembered struggling with some of the lookout points. You have to like jump up and climb up and get to things that are high up. And some of the ones that on this time around, I mean, I know I'm in the first area of the game, so it's going to be easier. But it was like at the top of a hill, and it was like, okay, I ran to the top of the hill. Hooray! You get a point. You get some XP. So yeah, but I mean, it's so good. It's a really well-made game, and it certainly is worth the cost of admission. So, Guild Wars 2, check it out if you haven't played it 5 years ago.
There you go. Do you know, I've seen this game before, obviously, but I'm a bit like Chinny on this. I just don't think it's my kind of game.
Probably isn't.
So yeah, I probably don't think it is.
That's okay.
And I've been watching obviously the gameplay while you've been talking about it, and like, how fast does he fire that like bow and arrow, man? What is all that about?
You get the second power up, and it's the flurry, and it's like foom, 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 foom.
It's quick, man. He's quick with that bow and arrow.
End up doing is mashing that, and then when the power is recharging, you're like, hurry up, they're coming toward me.
So can I just ask?
One character is a warrior. That's a ranger who uses the bow and arrow. I mean, I guess anybody can really use. Most classes can use the bow and arrow, but the ranger has certain perks for using the bow and arrow, as is usually the case. One time I played as a warrior with a sword. I lost health all the time, and I realized, most monsters, when you're next to them, you get hit, whereas you use a bow and arrow, you can keep your distance. And I'm like, funny how that works.
There you go. I mean, just out of interest, and I'm sure you may have covered this while you've been talking, and I may have just missed you saying this, and yeah, Dick Butt's in there already. But yeah, quick question. Do NTPs give you quests and stuff, or is it just purely the points of interest on the map?
There are quests, but the nice thing is you don't necessarily have to go talk to people to get the quests. So if you look at the map, there are these hearts, and the hearts indicate that there's someone who needs help in that area. But as soon as you get to the area, the quest objective basically shows up on the screen, and it says, get rid of all the hornets in this person's farm.
So is that basically the quest? Or is there like story quests, or is there anything like that? Or is it...
In addition to those quests, there are also each race has a story quest with multiple parts to it. So I haven't even really looked through my story quest yet because I'm trying to 100% the area that I'm in. But the other thing that it does, which is really a good innovation, is once in a while there will be these events that show up on the map. And events, generally speaking, are really hard or impossible for one person to do. So what you do is it'll say event nearby, stop the tree demons from, hurting people in town, and you run over to that area. There's usually about 4 or 5 other people in that area fighting the tree demons. And so it's sort of like a de facto way of grouping you together, but you're not tied to them. You're not part of a guild or part of a clan that you have to be, traveling with.
So this is an MMO then, is it? This is what this is classed as?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, I'm definitely not interested in.
Well, that's okay.
That's okay. But you tend to like the MMOs. You play quite a few of these things.
Every once in a while I get in the mood where I'm like, I need an MMO. And then something comes up and I'm like, this is why I don't play a lot of MMOs. Last time it was because, you kill all the tree demons, and then 2 minutes later it says, hey, the tree demons are attacking. It's like, I just killed the tree demons. What the hell? But for whatever reason, that's not bothering me now. So go figure.
Yeah, go figure. It looks all right, though. It looks pretty good for a MMO. It looks all right. Very good. I guess it's back to me then, is it, for my other game that I finished this week? Because not only once have I played video games with Millie, and not only twice, but 3 times. 3 times this week.
Like beautiful kids and parents.
I know, because we started A Way Out a long time ago, back in April.
Finally finished this one, huh?
We finally finished it because Millie was obviously, we started playing the game and then she started doing her exams and it was like, I ain't got no time to play that shit. I've got to revise for my exams and stuff.
Parent, you would put games ahead of school.
I know, I should have forced her to play. But yeah, you've played and finished this, haven't you, Chinny? Is that right?
No, I haven't finished it.
Oh, interesting. Because I'll be honest, this might be in my top 3 games of the year.
Damn.
Yeah, the reason why I haven't finished it, Marsh had an extension on his house, and then therefore hasn't had a living room or a kitchen for about 6 months.
Right.
But he over the weekend, he literally got it back. He's back. I played Rocket League with him, funny enough, and he did mention this game. He said we need to finish A Way Out, but we didn't really feel like playing it though.
Well, you need to, is what I would say.
Yeah, we've escaped the prison. I think exactly where we are is we're getting guns. We got guns from a trader or something.
Yeah. So it's not that long a game, to be fair. It didn't take that long to get to the end of it. But yeah, definitely recommend it. Really, really good. I can't say too much.
No.
But suffice to say, I was very impressed at the end of it.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I was listening because you were talking about that he wasn't a very good voice actor and whatnot. But
terrible.
Sounded fine to me. Fine. I was listening now and thinking, does he sound a bit shit? Does he not sound right? And he just sounded fine to me. I have no idea what you were getting at.
You're wrong.
I think you're wrong. I think you sounded fine. They both sound fine.
They sound awful.
They didn't. They sounded absolutely fine.
We gotta break out of this prison.
He didn't speak.
We gotta break out of this prison, man.
Is he the guy from The Room? No, what
the
heck?
No, he is not. He does not.
I'm going to get the tourists to break out the prison.
I mean, obviously you've got. There's some gameplay video there on YouTube. Just play a bit of him speaking, Duke. Let's see if we can settle this from your point of view.
I need to cue something up. Oh, jeez.
Come on, let's see if we can settle this debate.
Okay, let's see if we can settle this.
I think he sounds fine.
Yeah, man. What's your beef with that guy anyway?
Not him.
Just say it's a long story. But don't worry about him. He's out of the picture now.
There's that puts in now.
There's something I need. What's that exactly?
It's not great writing. What's that exactly?
It's not great writing, but the voice acting's fine.
All right.
It's all terrible.
Yeah, but it's good anyway.
It's a fun game, though. It is a fun game. It is fun.
It is a fun game.
It's a good game.
It's great. Yeah. So I really would like to talk to you when you finish this because that'd be quite an interesting conversation.
Okay. Maybe we should do a spoiler cast.
I think we should, and we can get Millie in on the action because obviously she was been part of this as well.
I will make an extra effort to finish it as soon as possible.
Yeah, you need to finish the game. But it's great. Yeah, I would definitely recommend anybody to pick this up and play. It's really good. Really, really good. And there was one section towards the end which I thought was just brilliant in the way that they filmed and did it. it felt like a movie. It was so well done. You know, because some of it at the beginning of the game is a bit clunky, isn't it? When you're sneaking around the prison trying to escape and doing stuff.
Sometimes, yeah.
There was a section at the end, and obviously we didn't quite pull it off, fluidly. But I can imagine if you pulled it off without making any mistakes, it would have looked amazing.
Can you say a word that will let me know what you're talking about? But
no, I won't. But it was very, very clever. I thought it was brilliant in the way that it was done. But yeah, great. I really, like I say, I really enjoyed it. Well, what was interesting and what spurred me on, because Antonio finished this game this week and he said it was potentially his game of the year.
Okay.
So I was like, there must be more to what I've played so far for that to be a case. And yeah, it's good, really good. So yeah, I kind of agree with the guy. I kind of agree. So yeah, I definitely recommend it. Anyone who's not played this or picked it up, I mean, like you say, you could half the price by picking up one copy and playing it between the two of you, because it allows you to play with anyone else online. You only have to have one copy of the game.
Yeah, I haven't bought this game. Marshy bought it, so.
Yeah, I would be interested to know how much they've sold. You know how the sales figures are using that.
Like a smart move, because most games, it seems like, I mean, unless you're really excited about it. You know, if my friend's like, hey, get this so we can play it together, I'd be like, I don't know if that's the game I really want to play right now. But if they make you only have to have one copy, it seems much more likely that one of the people will get it.
Yeah, and obviously you have to play in co-op. There is no single player mode at all.
Right.
Yeah, so you've got to always play with someone else. So I think it was a smart move, because it would have really...
Or I can get an internet connection, have two systems running, and just hold two controllers in my hand.
Yeah, or you can just play on the couch by yourself, because you can play locally as well. It does local co-op, which is how I played it with Millie.
Oh, I'll just do that. Tito,
just
hold
do that
in your paw, and I'll hit buttons at certain moments.
Yeah, so we just played couch co-op, which was really, really good. Really, really good. So yeah, it works any which way you play it. Well, yeah, totally recommend it. So yeah, that, like I say, it's definitely in the top 3 of this year, I would imagine. So, but Red Dead's not been out yet, so there's stuff coming, and we'll obviously can talk about that in a minute.
But it's really on to the news.
Yeah, let's move on, because that is it.
Putting news first.
Oh my God, Rockstar released a Red Dead 2 trailer.
Right, come on, Chitty, give us your...
The most important news is the horse technicals.
Yeah, that is pretty important. I watched the trailer, and
in the 10 minutes of gameplay footage?
Yeah, whatever it was. I didn't want to watch it.
Well, why did
you watch it anyway, then?
Yeah.
You felt compelled.
And when I watched it, I was like, oh, you know.
That's pretty much what I expected.
But I'm like, yeah, that like, there's things that I now know about Red Dead 2 that I was like, would it have been better to find that out when I played it? Do you know what I mean? This is the problem, isn't it? Like, who does Rockstar need to convince to play this game?
You can never have enough hype.
It's true. And you know, so they showed off a few things in the trailer.
Just before you go on, can I just say, I was quite surprised in the way that they did it, because it was a little bit almost too commercialized for Rockstar.
That's how Rockstar have always done trailers, by the way.
Is it with this woman voiceover? And
Not
stuff?
A woman, but they've done a gameplay trailer of GTA like that. They did it with Red Dead. They did it with Max Payne. They always have this a voiceover, and they go, in the world of Max Payne 3, you'll be able to... They always did that.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it just, to me, it just feels like it should have just been, this is a game, there you go, have a look. You know, it felt almost a bit contrived.
Well, because they're explaining things to you, and you know.
I guess. I get all that.
But they always do it like that. They did it with GTA Online, and all that shit, so... I don't know. That's just the way they do it.
So what did let me ask you? What did you think of the having all like these different guys in your gang that you get to know back?
Yeah,
at your camp
it's all with a pinch of salt, because like you're part of this camp, and then you as a player are gonna get to know everybody and their stories in their camp, and I'm like, okay, what is that? Is that every one of these are gonna have a massive storyline, or is Sarah, who washes the clothes in the camp, gonna say, hey, you know what I mean?
I wonder how my husband's doing, and then like it's her backstory.
Yeah, so you know.
Yeah, well,
think it
I
would've put us
did.
on.
It made me wonder if it was going to be a bit more like Mass Effect, where you have to go and complete a mission to sort of get
no
them to
respect.
be your
I
ally.
suppose that's quite a repetitive maybe, but like what I liked about it is that like they've got this. It's almost like what was in LA Noire. This sort of like this like a speech, tree, isn't it? Of like what you can do. So if somebody comes up to you and tries to say, hey, and you can choose what to do instead of like just shooting them in the face. You can just kind of say, look, I don't want any trouble, or you can confront them, or you can even just go.
You have to kill them. And
Yeah.
see, I mean, who knows? Because a lot of games have said that, you can defuse. And then, in like Skyrim, you had the option to intimidate or to, sorry, the dog just came barreling down the stairs for some reason. You all right, Bob?
He just said Skyrim and that he just came.
Worked up.
Yeah, he's heard Skyrim that often. He was trying to get out of the
Skyrim,
room.
oh my God. Yeah. But yeah, you can intimidate some people and persuade some people, but I feel like this is more in the heat of the moment. We'll see how it turns out.
Yeah, we'll see it. We'll see how it turns out. But
I mean, I think Rockstar have been known for producing a certain amount of gameplay innovation, so I trust them to do a good job with this sort of thing.
Yeah, no,
and they've been, let's be honest, they've been making this game for a long time.
Yeah, they don't rush things. Yeah, I watched the trailer. I watched the video, and I was like, yeah.
Sorry, Chinny. I mean, you say they don't rush things, but I think in GTA 4 there was a little bit of rushing.
Never interrupt me for that kind of joke again.
Oh, that was awesome.
So
the further we went between your statement and the joke, the less funny it would have been. So I had to interrupt.
Yeah. So I'm glad I watched it, but at the same time, I didn't really need to. And everybody was asking me like, "What do you think of it?" And I'm like, I don't want to.
Because you're the Rockstar expert.
I know, but
that's
like,
why.
ask me what I think of the game when it comes out, not of a trailer. Because I'm like, I don't even want to see it. I just want to sit with the game and play it. I don't care. Like, I don't need. I suppose it's patience. I've got patience. I'm like, I'm fine. I can wait. I want it to be right. I want to give the time. I want to give the game credit. The time it deserves. I want to sit down and learn the systems the way the game wants me to learn them. I've never been that interested in sort of watching. I don't know. For a while, I just haven't been that bothered about. I watch trailers more for games that I'm like really like sort of like take my eye a bit. Like I'm trying to think of it. For the first Overcooked, for example, where when that comes out and you're like, I've heard this game and I want to see it. So then I started to look more at it, and there's another game called 2 Point Hospital, which is like the Theme Hospital sort of successor. Yeah. Those games I'm more inclined to, because I feel like I need to know about those games. Like I need to sort of champion them and find them and sort of look for those kind of games that I like. But with Red Dead 2, like Red Dead doesn't need no one needs to know my opinion of it. I mean, they can make, like somebody might buy.
But I think people are waiting for that moment when Rockstar releases something, and you go, "That's gonna be shit." I'm really pissed off at them now.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think Rockstar know a great deal about me. But
speaking of things that people love, I just looked at the Steam sales for today. Owlboy is half off. Stu, would you like to say if people should buy this or not?
You should definitely buy it. It's good.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm
happy to talk about Red Dead when I play it, but I'm not too fussed about it because they're going to release a series of these trailers, and I have to make a decision whether to watch them. And to be honest, I probably will be away from most of them. I feel like it spoils the surprise a bit. I think that's what it is, and I just don't want the surprise sport for me.
So you're gonna go media blackout for the next one?
Well, I feel like it's unrealistic to go on media blackout when you do a video game podcast every week, and
I don't know. Pretty oblivious to this sort of thing.
Yeah, I feel like it's difficult because I listen to a lot of podcasts and they're gonna talk about it. So I feel like going on media blackout is a bit drastic. So I mean, I trust Rockstar to keep their cards pretty close to their chest. So any big reveals,
there'll be plenty of other surprises in the game.
But and it might give me a bit of hype just to hear people talk about it. And I did find the you know, I like the bit where you sort of ride on your horse and somebody goes, "Hey, Buster," tries to give you trouble, and your character just says, "Yeah, whatever." And I quite like that. I thought that was really funny. That you could just kind of like act like that cowboy that isn't even bothered, you know, and he's so tough that he doesn't even. So I thought that was really nice, and I thought that was a really cool sort of touch. And if that carries out through the game, then... Say again.
Sorry, We Happy Few was out today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard various things about that game. Sort of some positive and some not so positive.
Anyway.
For me, can I just say from watching the trailer, it looks great. So I was really, really impressed with how it looks. It's very aesthetically pleasing, so it does look beautiful. We should mention that it's going to have 4K support day one on PS4 Pro, but they haven't mentioned, as far as I'm aware, anything.
Anybody gives a shit.
Anything regarding Xbox One X.
It will be.
So, well, people do give a shit, Duke. You can say that, but people do give a shit.
Yeah, idiots.
Why? If you've got a big 4K telly and you've got a PS4 Pro,
4K TV.
you want to know that it's got support from day one.
I think the only reason they've said it on the Sony one is because all the trailers have Sony on it.
Yeah, yeah, but you think if it were going to be on Xbox One X, they would sort of confirm that at the same time.
I think it will. I think you just sort of making something out of nothing.
I'm not necessarily. I'm just asking the question. It's a bit odd that they haven't.
If it's going to be released in 4K on
both.
The thing is, obviously Sony's paid a bit of money to put their logo at the start and end of these trailers, right? So it's naturally going to say in the trailers, "Hey, available 4K on the PS4 Pro." But if it's available 4K, it's going to be available. They're not going to not make it. The Xbox One X is just as powerful, if not more powerful than the Pro. So it's of course it will be. Yeah, of course it will be.
Yeah, I assume it is. I assume it's just a bit odd that they haven't said.
It's because Sony are paying them.
I know.
So Microsoft can't say certain things.
Sell TVs.
That Microsoft can't say certain things because Rockstar have got a contract with Sony, by the sounds of it, to slap their logo on every fucking trailer. That's the way the business works.
Yeah, apparently, can I just say, I've just had a quick look, and apparently both Sony and Microsoft have confirmed that the game will be 4K on their latest console.
So you made some
Sorry, Chinny, you were right. My bad.
Muffa says Red Dead Redemption is about cowboys, right? Well, thanks for spoiling that for me in the chat.
Oh
there.
No.
Yeah. So. Other news. The Superman actor Henry Cavill, is it? Cavill, wants to play Geralt in the upcoming Witcher Netflix series. What do we think of that?
I think it's kind of cool. He looks, to be fair, when I had a look at him, I'm thinking, yeah, I think he would make a good Geralt, actually. He's got the right intense look, hasn't he? When you see him side by side with Geralt.
I look forward to seeing his bottom.
Yes, yeah. You see his ass on the unicorn. Yeah, I think I think he'd be a good choice. But it's weird how it all came about because it was just some interview who was just happened to be chatting to him, completely un-game related. But he's a massive gamer.
I don't care if he's a gay man. He's just it's whatever he wants to do.
Gay man. He was promoting Mission Impossible. But he said he's just replayed all the way through again because he really loves that game. So the interviewer asked the actor, since he's talked about his love of the video games, if he'd be interested in playing Go, and he's like, "Yeah, I definitely would."
There you go.
And he's read all the books. I mean, this guy is a super fan.
Is that Coffee Cat? Is Coffee Cat the fucking Superman guy? Because Coffee Cat when always used to watch me play The Witcher and read all the books and everything. So maybe that's him.
Maybe it is. Maybe he's maybe you've been like playing games and a celebrity's been watching you all this time and you didn't even know it. But yeah, I think he's brilliant. If they do take him on, I think that'd be cool because I think it'd be great for somebody who's a massive fan to play him because obviously he would have a better understanding, wouldn't he, of the character and stuff.
I guess.
I guess. So I think that'd be great. So, but we'll have to watch this space. They maybe already got someone in mind to play the part, you know. So we'll see.
Have we heard of a game called Fortnite?
We may have done.
Well, apparently.
I heard about. Actually, I think I did hear about it, but it's been a while. It's been like 2 weeks since I heard about it.
Yeah. Yeah, what is that game, by the
You're
way?
on fire with the dad
Oh,
jokes tonight, Eric.
I let one earlier too, but I won't bother bringing it up.
Fortnite it has had some success, let's just say. And EA have looked at it and gone, hey, that's a trend that's never going to end. Let's get on that boat. So they said they might make a free-to-play Battle Royale game, even though they're going to add it to Battlefield Battle Royale-ness. And they're going to make their own. Because, you know, strike while the iron's hot on this Battle Royale craze that has just
It just
come up.
sounds so familiar, doesn't it? Because how many times has this happened in the past, you know, whereas a new genre of games appeared and everyone's jumped on the bandwagon.
It's almost like when World of Warcraft came out and everybody jumped on the MMO bandwagon and failed.
Yeah, but no one ever does it, though. Everyone tries, but it's very rare for any of these games to actually be really successful because it's a thing of its time, isn't it?
Well, lest we forget, Fortnite itself jumped on the bandwagon, but it just did it very, very quickly.
Yeah, but there can only ever be two. I always think of these types of things that are massively successful, and the rest are kind of just hanging on the coattails, hoping for a little bit
I think
of that.
that might be the case for like first person
it's like every
military
game had a
shooter
horde mode,
games.
didn't it? Everyone did a horde mode when there was a horde
What
mode.
were the two?
The two horde modes, the Gears of War
Obviously.
was obviously one of the biggies, because that was like the first one to really make it massively popular. And then I can't remember, probably the Call of Duty like games that did the zombie mode.
Because there was Halo.
Other than that,
there was the Halo one that was very successful.
yeah, but does anyone ever talk about that?
Not
Or
now.
do you really remember it?
Back in the day,
You know, there's people still playing Gears of War horde mode now.
there's still
You know, in
probably
whichever
people playing
iteration, yeah.
Halo fucking 3 now.
Yeah, I bet there is, but I bet the numbers aren't of the same.
But
amount,
the numbers
you know,
aren't the same on Gears. What's your point?
I don't know. Whatever.
Finally, I
Ginny
got him.
Rats.
I got him, Eric. Okay. There we go. Better. There's a new Microsoft studio called The Initiative, and it acquires a senior talent from Santa Monica Studios, Rockstar Studios, or whatever, and Crystal Dynamics. So,
Yeah, they mentioned this at E3, but didn't really say what they were going to be doing, did they? They just said they were going to make a new studio.
They need a cool franchise. The end.
Yeah, I think it'll be good. I think this is a good thing.
Santa
And
Monica,
obviously-
God of War, Rockstar, best games ever made. Crystal Dynamics, Tomb Raider. So that's a good. You know, that's a good pick and mix there. But Microsoft just desperately need a cool IP, like another Halo, another Gear. They just need something sexy that they can show off.
Yeah. Well, I think they've got, they've obviously got a good wide amount of talent from different sort of video games, but they've all come from studios that have made more story-driven stuff.
Yeah.
So they're obviously looking at that kind of experience, whether it be third person or first person or whatever, but they're looking at more narrative-driven game, which I think is great because I think they need more of that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, more of those types of exclusives.
You watch,
would
they'll be
great.
making fucking avatars in 3 years.
Yeah, we need. We used to have this like fancy camera that we used to plug in, and we're gonna try and revive that. So we need you to do some stuff for us.
Yeah. Okay. That's not news. Everybody already knew that. Stu's put his cursor next to one of the news things, which is Stu's way of saying.
I haven't. No, I'm just clicking around.
Read
To be fair.
it.
No, I'm not actually. I'm just clicking about. So that's just ignore where I've put it.
Yeah, this is all kind of old shit. Like Discord has like its own game thing, tab. You can launch things from Discord now, and blah 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 blah. Blah. I don't know.
I was in the Bethesda thing. How stupid is that? What is that all about?
Bethesda defends its legal threat against a man who tried to resell a new sealed copy of The Evil Within 2 on Amazon Marketplace.
It's not even like it's a big game, is it? It's like, what is that all about?
Yeah. Yeah. I've got a sealed version of The Evil Within.
Maybe you should try selling it.
Should I try and sell it? See if they fuck me up.
Bethesda comes after you.
As soon as I click upload, like a knock on my door straight away, like I'm from Bethesda. You're coming with me.
So apparently, have you read what happened though? So basically,
no,
this
because I haven't clicked the link.
So basically, this guy advertised it as new because it was still sealed. They put it as new on Amazon, right? Yeah. And basically, a legal firm acting on behalf of Bethesda called him up and said, "Look, sorry, mate, but as you're not an authorized reseller of our game, you're putting it as new as unlawful." So they sort of went, "Yeah, you can't do that. You can't sell it as new because you're not an authorized reseller."
Yeah.
So they asked Pete Hines, the senior vice president of marketing, about the issue today, and he said he's not trying to sell a second-hand game. He's trying to sell a new game. He told me he was listing the products as if it was new. All we're saying is that if it's previously been owned by the owner, then you have to sell it as previously owned as second-hand. You cannot represent it as new because we have to no way to verify that what you're selling is actually new.
Does this come down to? I know this is one person, but does this come down to like how many units they sell and stuff like that?
What? Seriously, what the fuck is that all about?
I don't know. It's almost like it's not worth talking about.
No, it isn't. But like this is.
No, it isn't. But I mean, talk about it.
This is the next to top guy at Bethesda getting involved.
Maybe he's bored.
I mean, he's going, "Oh, you know what? You could have opened it up and played it for 5 hours or whatever, and then put some more shrink wrap back on it and gone, hey, this is who's gonna do that? Who's gonna go to the trouble of
some people would do that, but
game?
more importantly, why is the fucking head of the company worrying about it?
Giving a shit about a game that sells probably about 10 quid second hand.
Yeah,
it's just the most ridiculous thing. And how much, right, has it cost for that legal firm to contact this guy and go, "Oh, you need to not do that"? How much does that cost Bethesda?
Maybe they're bored. Maybe they're bored. I think they're bored.
They're fucking stupid.
What you guys want to do today? I don't know. Prosecute some guy for selling shit on eBay? Yeah, why not?
Yeah, let's get him. Kill him. Okay. Well, that's the news.
Ridiculous thing. Right, yeah, let's move on. We have got some emails.
News is boring.
Fucking news is shit. Whoa, that ruled.
I vote that you only pick like 1 or 2 news items next time.
Look, you pick what you want, man.
Yeah, but like I pick what I want, and then you go.
You.
No,
yeah, but we didn't see this thing.
Yeah. Oh, read this.
Yeah, but I thought that was interesting because it was the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Well, that will be the one thing that you pick.
I don't know. Whatever. I don't care. Whatever is it. Who gives a shit?
Okay. Come on then. Come on.
Whatever. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Let's start because I got a telling off email this week.
Good.
From Jason, and he says this. He says, "You stinking wanker."
Yeah, that's right.
I get that a lot.
Yeah, you didn't read my email. Could have turned in your O face because he sent this very short email. Yeah, it said this very short email that said something about I can't even remember something about as Duke got a massive dick because of your O face or something. I don't know.
What?
I just don't know. I can't remember. I think he said something like, "Is Duke hung like a donkey?" Because of the face I made when you came in the room. He's saying it was just like, "Oh my god, look at the size of his cock."
Well, that's immediately where my mind would go if I saw a video of someone being surprised. This must be about penises.
Exactly. He says, "No worries. I just found it funny that you had an orgasm the moment your eyes first met Jukes. Anyway, thanks for the ammo. The picture from Duke's side was even better. Countless orgasms courtesy of Stu. He especially made the OC Pods Mark and Bongo climax. Pics are online and they are fabulous. Gaming related, I'm listening to the Bioshock audiobook. Check it out, y'all. Not bad. Keep on wanking, Jason." So there you go.
Bioshock audiobook?
Yeah, Bioshock audiobook, apparently.
What's that about?
Bioshock, maybe?
I know, but for fuck's sake. So no, fine. Just say you don't know.
I don't know. So that's him done. So thank you, Jason. And yes, I'm sorry for not reading out a very short email about me thinking Duke had a massive cock. So there you go. Next one is from Undead Kerber.
Yeah.
And he says this. "Hey, veterans.
Hello.
Yeah. Hope you're all doing well.
Hi.
I've been listening to 6 episodes pretty much back to back.
God.
Good God.
I don't even know how you do that. As I've just been in hospital, and off work due to appendicitis. Frick me, it can be serious. That shit.
It can.
Yeah, they suck that thing out, and then they go, yeah.
Imagine if he like died and the last thing he heard was us.
Or our voice as he
my
was on his deathbed.
What a horrible thing.
What a terrible way to go. Terrible. Yeah,
actually, listening to 6 episodes of us probably made him want to kill himself.
He probably took his own appendix out. Just like,
please just get it out.
In there. Get this out of me. I don't have to listen to it anymore.
Your appendix out. Trust me, I need my appendix
They
out.
play episodes of this show for torture.
Nepal,
act of war.
Nepal.
Yeah.
Some country where they torture people.
Torture is
funny.
funny.
I know. Yeah, I know. Guantanamo Bay. There you go. They play it there.
Guantanamo Bay.
So yeah, it says appendicitis. So I'm glad that you had an operation and they made you all better, because appendicitis can be really bad. And we have things in our bodies that we just don't need.
Yeah.
It's just
like the heart.
The heart. Who needs one of those?
Overrated.
Lungs. What are they for?
Stupid.
Anyway, I apologise if some of this is from a few episodes ago. But firstly, a quick question for Chinar.
Hello.
Yeah. As you were talking about Golf Story a few episodes ago,
yeah,
I'm curious how you got to beat Lucky, as he is a little cheeky bastard. With the shots he takes, having a lot of trouble with that, and I want 100% the game, as it is a lot of fun. So how do you beat old?
It was persistence. I think it was. Yeah, he sort of he flukes a load of stuff, and he's proper annoying. I think I got him on my 3rd or 4th go. I think he does a lot of the same stuff. So you can kind of guess how much, like how many you need to get how many sort of shots you need to get the ball in the hole, put the ball. It's annoying. It's annoying, and there's harder battles to come. So if you're struggling with that one, be aware. The last one's pretty tricky as well.
There you go. Also, another Switch game that I've been playing is Cat Quest.
Oh, yeah.
I think Stu talked about it for a while ago. And to be fair, when he was talking about it, it sounded terrible. I don't do a good job of talking about games because I thought that was really good. I like Cat Quest. But I saw it on the eShop sale and I thought the artwork looked really clean and decided to take the plunge.
Yeah.
This game has got me hooked. It's a very simple RPG Zelda-esque game with lots of characters. Chinny, as you're the only one with a Switch at the moment, if it's still on sale, I would advise you to give it a go.
Oh, that's very nice. I respect your opinion on video games, Undead Care Bear, and I'll consider it. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, don't be fooled by the cute images. This was an easygoing game, which after a game like The Witcher, you're probably needing. And even better, no cutscenes. Anyway, great game. And finally, here's the question for all of you.
So he knows how to sell a game to me, doesn't he?
It does.
Yeah, he does.
Better than The Witcher. There you go. Yeah, finally, here's the question for all of you. What video game would you like to be seen turned into a movie? And this film... Yeah, this one again. And this film will be heavily funded, so you don't have to worry about it being a cheap, awfully written film.
Overcooked.
Yeah, can you imagine that?
I want it to be like animated, like DreamWorks movie.
Cool.
Yeah. So, what would be the story though? What would
the story in the game where you've got some fucking the unbred.
The unbred are rising.
Yeah.
And you've got, but how does cooking stop the unbred from rising? Because still haven't quite worked that out.
It's yeah, the teamwork. Well, I don't know.
You know, I know the unbred's rising, but I still haven't quite.
The question is, what game would you want to see in a movie? Not what happened. Describe all 3 acts of the movie. No.
Right. What video game would I like to see making?
Elder Scrolls.
I'll tell you.
That would be awesome.
Elder Scrolls.
I think a Fallout movie would actually be more entertaining than an Elder Scrolls movie. Because an Elder Scrolls movie, I think, would be kind of a bog standard fantasy movie. Yeah. But a Fallout game, they could do some good stuff with the humor. Super mutants. Yeah, do it.
Do it.
Yeah, I think Gone Home would make an interesting movie.
Maybe. Yeah. The people who made Gone Home could make a good movie. I don't know if Gone Home itself already is kind of a movie.
It is, but they could flesh it out a bit more and sort of, you know, it's all set in one location would be kind of cool.
Tell some early stories connected to it or something.
I think a short story, a short movie rather than a short.
Yeah, It wouldn't last very long because obviously, you know, the game ain't that long, is it? But yeah, I think it would be cool, you know, to have this.
The game was about 6 hours, so I think the movie would be about 6 hours long.
Yeah, a 6-hour movie would be fine. Yeah, I think that's what I would go with. Anyway, he said, on a side note, I watched Dead Rising. I didn't even know they'd made Dead Rising into a movie. Did you know this?
Yeah, it's a Netflix movie, yeah.
Apparently, he said, I think it was on Netflix. Oh my God, what a bunch of shit. Yeah. I know a game's turned into a film was never done well, but there is always hope. P.S. Don't watch Far Cry the movie if you ever come across it. It'll never get the time back.
Don't worry.
That was the UA Ball one. In the chat, Super Mario 64 says Mass Effect 2, the movie. Just 2. No. Not 1 or 3. Just 2. Just start right in the middle.
UA Ball has a response to your criticism of his movie.
Fuck yourself.
Exactly. Do you know what's weird? Out of all your sound bites, I think that's been used probably more than any of them.
I don't know. I think I've used this one a lot too.
Yeah, you have used that tonight a lot. That's for sure. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, I think something like the Gone Home movie or something like that would be cool. What Remains of Edith Finch? That'd make a great movie. Yeah, that would make a great movie. So there you go. See, you say that, but you've never even played it. I think you'd like it, dude.
Tomb Raider.
Hey,
yeah. If somebody knew how to do it right.
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, that'd make a great movie.
Hitman. Twice.
Hitman. Yeah, Max Payne.
Oh my God.
Anyway, P.S. Don't watch Far Cry. We've done all that shit. Sorry for the long message and looking forward to the 450th episode. Hopefully, we'll be listening to it live.
Yeah, that's
live to contribute. Yeah, what you need to do is send just friend me on Skype.
What's your Skype name, Stu?
Well, any of us.
What's your
Oh my
Skype
God! My life pro tip is up to 1,700 karma.
Cool. That means it's good. Have a great time gaming, and Chinny, good luck for the wedding.
Thank you very much.
Exactly how you both pictured it.
Oh, thank you, Lucas.
There you go. Thank you very much. That's cool. And then we've got one final email for tonight, and it's from Procrastinator Fabulous.
Lewis.
He says this. Hi, sorry for this. I meant to ask a group.
That's not a good in. That's not a good in.
Sorry for this.
Apologize before we get to any of this.
Let's say you start a sexual intercourse.
Yeah, I meant to ask a group.
What's coming? Now it's coming. Yeah.
I meant to ask a group if they watched Ready Player One, since I'm thinking of making a quiz about it. But I missed the show due to me being in the pub. If you could get some back to me giving me the answers, then that would be superb. With regards, Finley.
I have not watched
I've seen it.
No, I haven't watched it, which is weird that I haven't watched that movie.
Yeah, well, I've seen that movie.
No. Have you, Duke?
Nope. I want to read the book first, but I'm probably never going to do that anytime soon. So.
No, I'm never going to read anything ever again.
You're never going to read anything ever again, is what you just said.
Yeah. Step J says evening, and then he says 07, but that's his way of saying hi.
Evening 07, I see what he did there.
Mm-hmm. Finley, I haven't watched it. I don't know why I haven't watched it. I'm a big Spielberg fan, even though some could argue that he doesn't direct anymore. But there you go. I just haven't watched it. Don't know why.
Just haven't watched it. Right. So that's it for emails. But guess what, people?
We've got a speak pipe.
Yeah, well, I have got one of those. But before... Whoa. Steady on there. What? Steady the fuck on there. Steady. Because before the speak pipe, we have got another quiz. Yeah, ready for this? Quiz time.
Oh, crap.
Quiz time.
It's time for the quiz. We play the shitty sound clip when it's time for the quiz.
So, the US versus the UK is still ongoing, and Strutmeister has sent us the second quiz for this week. So, are you both ready?
Yes.
For this? Right, so, well, let's do this shit. Get ready, people. First question is coming now. All right, this is to Duke. You ready, Duke?
I'm ready. Hit me.
Question 1. What is the claret jug? What is the claret jug?
Well, there's a kind of wine called a claret. Is it a jug of wine?
No, it isn't.
Okay.
Yeah. Any guesses, Ginny? Do you know what the claret jug is?
Is it a pair of jugs on a woman?
No, it isn't. You are both incorrect. The claret jug, the answer is the trophy. The claret jug is a trophy presented to the champion golfer of the year and winner of the British Open.
Okay. Well, I'm sad that I don't care that I don't know that.
All right. Oh, this is are you ready for your question, Chinny?
Yeah.
What is the Stanley Cup?
I've heard of that.
Oh, wow. I know a question that Chinny doesn't. How about that?
Well, that's the whole point, because this is an American question for him, and you've got the English.
Oh, I get you.
It's a cup.
It is a cup. Well done. Well done.
Do I win?
Well, use the associative properties. What was my question about? Generally,
it was some sort of award for a sport thing.
There you go.
It is. Well done there. Yes.
And
now, which
you're getting close.
Just say the sport.
The
Yeah, you
sport.
just need to know the sport.
Oh, that would be the easy thing to do, wouldn't it? The sport involves men.
It does. It does.
Mainly, men. Competing
with each other. Yes, that's
with
good.
each other. So that when you said with, that means teams.
It does, yes.
Two teams together. So men competing.
Holy foul! Just say something. God.
Two teams.
Time's up.
Time's up.
Lose. What's the answer?
You got the question wrong. Well, you know the answer.
It's the hockey. Hockey.
I was just going to say hockey.
Well, you missed your chance.
It's actually presented to the winner of the NHL playoffs.
Okay.
So
sure it is.
0-0 for round one. Right, Duke 2. Duke question 2. Are you ready?
Yeah.
How many counties are there in GB and Ireland? And I'll allow you. He hasn't done this, but I'm going to allow you to the nearest 10. I'll allow you. So how many counties are there in Great Britain and Ireland collectively? And I'm going to allow you leeway of 10.
I don't even know that. That's crazy.
I have no clue.
40,
I don't know. Yeah, you're massively wrong.
Okay.
Ginny, how many counties do you think?
Hold on, what did he say?
40.
40 counties in the UK.
Yeah, how many counties are there in Great Britain and Ireland collectively?
50.
No, apparently, believe it or not, there's 100.
I don't believe it.
100, although would accept 50 administrative counties with county councils.
How many counties there are in the United States?
Although none. If anyone says that, then they are a complete twat. So yeah, that you're both wrong. So I'll put Duke's a 0 for that one.
All
right. Ginny.
Yeah.
Which US state is known as the cheese state?
Oh, I do know. Hold on. No, I don't know. No, I don't know. I know it's. Is it north? Is it north? Is it north? Oh, is it Wisconsin? Is that why you're saying that, right?
It is Wisconsin.
Shamed of your whole ancestors.
Yeah, shall we not give him that though? We're not going to give him
that.
No,
Dude gave that away because he said hello.
Yeah, we're not going to give you that. So that's 0-0 for round 2 as well. This is not close. Well, it is close, but in a bad way. All right, question 3. You ready?
Ready.
This one is for Duke.
Yeah.
What is Bonnie's family name in Red Dead Redemption?
Oh, Tyler.
No.
No.
No. Ginny? Call yourself a rock star, fam.
Remember the name of every person who's ever been in a game?
I remember this. No, I did remember this. Actually.
Isn't it?
We're very proud of you.
I feel like I'm wrong, but isn't it like... Because isn't it McFarlane?
It is McFarlane. Well done.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like I need to give you a point
I just kept on thinking because of Seth MacFarlane, and I was like, "Is it MacFarlane?" But no, yeah, there you go.
It is MacFarlane. So
I don't get a point for that because Duke knew what the Stanley Cup was and everything.
Well done. Okay. Chini, question 3. What is the first town after Blackwater that John Marston visits in Red Dead Redemption?
Oh, man. Fuck, mate. It's been so long. Hold on. No, because my brother was playing Red Dead the other day. And I was in this town. Oh, hold on. Does it begin with W?
I can neither confirm or deny that.
That means it does. Ah, shit. No, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, you wouldn't have been close if you thought it began with a W, because it doesn't. No, it's... Are you ready? It's Armadillo, apparently.
Armadillo, yeah.
Armadillo.
Yeah, God.
So
It's been so
no
long.
one's got a question right so far, by the way. Right, here we go. Question 4. This one is for Duke. What is the name of the U.S. state in which John Marston begins his Red Dead Redemption quest?
I assume you mean when he gets off the train.
Correct. What state is he in?
I want to say Arkansas.
No. Any ideas, Chinny?
Texas?
No. New Austin, apparently.
That's not a state.
It's a made-up state.
it's a
I'm guessing
made-up
in Red Dead,
state,
in Red Dead Redemption. Chinny, question 4.
Yeah.
What is the full name of the character in Red Dead Redemption who makes a dubious living out of selling immortality elixir?
Fucking hell. I can see him. A full name of him. God. No, I won't know.
No idea.
No.
His name was Nigel Wes Dickens.
No, I wouldn't have got that.
Nigel Wes Dickens. Okay, final question, and it all hangs on this really because it's 0-0 at the moment. Duke, okay. If you were using a flat stick in golf, what would you be doing?
A flat stick in golf?
A flat stick in golf. What would you be doing?
Putting?
Correct.
Oh my God!
Woohoo!
That's 1-0.
And I think you might have read Chinny's final question. Here we go, Chinny. Are you ready?
Okay, go on.
What does the term frog mean in cross stitch?
By the way, I have no idea the answer to this.
Yeah. That's all right.
You don't.
I need to take a guess.
Go on.
A frog. What would a frog be? Is it a type of needle?
No, it isn't, unfortunately, no. The answer, apparently, and obviously I'd have no idea because I've never done cross-stitch, but apparently the answer is removing stitches due to a fuck-up. Historically, according to the Spruce Crafts website, and they might be full of shite, this was because people didn't like to say the word fuck in public like they fucking do now. And instead they shouted frog. I mean, what the fuck is that all about? Frog 'em. So I'm going, oh, fuck. You go, oh, frog. I've messed up some stitches there. Apparently.
Yeah. Give her a good frogging.
Yeah. Give her a good frog. So there you go. End of quiz. Thanks very much again for the quiz. I like the quizzes.
Thank you very much.
It's, 1-0 to Duke. So Duke is the winner.
Oh, my God. Now can I play the speak pipe jingle?
You can.
Speak pipe.
Speak pipe. It's the way to leave a message for us.
I'm going to assume since there's only one from Derek Sainz this week, it's just not a quiz. So
it's not a quiz as far as I know.
Okay.
Hey, Veteran Gamers, it's Derek Sainz again.
Wait a minute. Does that mean you listened to it?
No, it only came tonight. It's only literally came about half an hour ago.
Better not listen to these ahead of time. That would.
I never listen to no shit. I don't listen to that shit.
Okay.
I have been trying to send you an email, but my email provider just doesn't seem to want to send any emails at the moment. So it's going to have to be next week or maybe the week after.
Sounds like he's being lazy. He's trying to make excuses. Oh, my email's not working.
He's going to fuck right off. I ain't sending you no shit.
Let me know when you're done talking and I can play.
Yeah, I'm done. Whatever. Go on, carry on.
EGX next month. I was hoping to get there for maybe the Saturday and the Sunday. And if so, my question was going to be, what 3 bits of advice would you give me to get the most out of my visit for the couple of days there at EGX? Ooh. And I believe there's going to be some cosplayers there. And if you were going to attend as a cosplay video game character, what video game character would it be? And I think I could see Chinny dressed in leathers as Geralt from The Witcher. Maybe Stu would turn up as maybe in pigtails and a miniskirt as a Japanese schoolgirl from one of the Yakuza games. And,
what's he trying to say?
I don't know, maybe Nick Valentine in a trilby and a trench coat from Fallout 4.
Awesome.
And the only other question really is, in show 450, which I assume is going to be next Sunday, is that going to be a normal show with emails and speak pipes, or is it just going to be guest stars on the show and, you know, the normal tomfoolery? And I think that's about it. So if I don't see you at EGX, I'll just say keep on gaming.
Well, first of all, I think we should have speak pipes and emails next week because I'm sure there's giving us thanks and kudos for making it to this milestone. Cosplay, I think the question for me is, if money and time were no object, what character would you cosplay as? And I think it would be cool to do a Fallout vault dweller. I think that'd be kind of neat. Have a Pip-Boy and, you know, do it upright.
There you go.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. That'd be cool. It'd be hard work.
It's not original. Cool. A lot of people have done that, but
yeah. What about you, Chana? What would you go as?
Lara Croft.
Yeah, that would be kind of funny. Well, you've already dressed as a girl on your stag do, so I guess it wouldn't be a stretch, would it, to dress as a girl again?
I was uncomfortably comfortable with it.
You were. You didn't care at all.
But I'd have the pointy boobs.
The pointy boobs. Oh. I think if it were me, I'd go as the raincoat killer from Deadly Premonition.
Wow, what a really boring cosplay.
I bet no one's ever done that though. You know, because it's
I bet they fucking have.
I bet somebody has. Wait,
I'm sure
what is it called?
Raincoat killer. Yeah, someone surely has, but it would be kind of a cool one to do, and it'd be easy to pull off.
Hey, look, is it a red raincoat?
Yes.
Yeah, look, there's like 20 pictures on Google. How about that? People have done it.
Well, of course they have, but what are you
just
gonna
said
go?
No one's ever done it.
Well, you know. No, I'm saying, but it won't be done that often. It won't be done that often.
Right. I think you probably have a good time doing it, because that's the thing. For me, costumes, the best costumes are the ones that have a performance element in them. So if that has one,
I want to be one of the monk ladies in the back of the M. Bison stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be something really obscure. You know, had I lost that bet, had I lost the bet that this year, I would have done something really stupid. You know, something that no one even knew, and go up and go, yeah, I'm the sort of the background character on the left in Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that, and then go on stage.
The one in Chun-Li's, the one in Chun-Li's background where it's a metaphor, and he's choking that chicken. There's a character in the back, and he's choking a chicken.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it's true.
So yeah, that's what I would do anyway. Go with something really obscure just to piss him off. So Candy, yeah, I get it. I get what choking the chicken means, but I've got a question though. I get it.
It's a phallic symbol. It's a phallic symbol, Stu.
I see. Thanks for explaining that. But let me ask you this question though. Can they deny you entry to the cosplay competition? Can they go, oh, I'm sorry, mate, your costume's really shit, so you can't be in it?
No, they let you come in, because then you get laughed off the stage.
Judging by the level of shitness we've seen, one of the entries, Duke, help me out. What was the English? What's the word for that?
Entrance.
One of the entrances, because it's plural.
What is a person? One of the
an entrant. It's just an entrant.
Yeah, one of the entrants was literally a fucking dude dressed up as Mario, dancing to Mario.
Well, he was dressed in one of the suits we had on the stag do, wasn't he?
Exactly.
Basically?
Like
Just bought one of
zero
them off
effort.
eBay.
He bought it off Amazon and put it on. Like no effort. Rubbish. So
Yeah.
I think they just let any fucker on.
Yeah. And by the way, his other question was, what three pieces of advice should we give him for EGX?
For EGX, I would say travel light.
Yeah, don't take much shit.
Don't take much shit. I would also say
alcohol gel.
Yeah, hand sanitizer's good. And if you're a tight arse, maybe bring your own food, snacks and stuff. But
yeah,
if you're staying for multiple days, that gets difficult. So I'd also, what I like to do is if you're going for multiple days, go the first day, sort of check it out, and then pick some games that you want to play and just head for them, because you will have to focus, because you sort of have to accept that you have to queue, but at certain parts of the day you queue less, and those parts of the day are the very, very start of the day and the very, very end of the day. So if you sort of go, okay, I really want to play like the next Assassin's Creed or wherever, you just go, okay, I'm just going to go straight there as soon as I get there, and I'm going to play that. And then you might have to queue, and if you want to play another big game, you might have to queue for an hour or so to play that. But I'd also just spend a lot of time in the indie section, because there you get loads of chances to play games, you get chances to talk to the developers, and avoid us is the other piece.
And you tend to find more interesting stuff. And also
yeah, that's not true.
Get yourself a ticket for the Midlife Gamer party on a Saturday night, because that's always a lot of fun.
Avoid me and Stu.
Yeah, and just avoid us in general.
You don't want to ruin your day.
Yeah, that is true. That is
true.
Yeah,
I'm going to say this now, Stu.
Say what, mate?
I'm going to be at this year's EGX. I forgot.
What do you mean? You're on your honeymoon? What are you talking about?
I'm not on my honeymoon. It's worked out to a way that I thought I was going to be on my honeymoon, and then I wasn't, and then I was going to sort of make it a big secret, right? But to be fair, compared to the surprise that Duke pulled on Stu this year, I looked at it and thought, oh, if I turn up, what I was going to do was turn up on the Friday night to this meetup that Bongo was going to arrange, and go, oh, surprise, I'm here. But compared to what Duke did, it's just going to look like that I'm trying to like compete with this,
like a damp squid.
Surprise.
So it's not even like a thing. I just thought, we don't want to be the podcast known for surprising people, right?
Then everyone will always be bracing themselves.
Yeah. So
I'll tell you what, that Duke, he just overshadows everyone, doesn't he?
No, I just thought about it. I mean, actually, it's a bit lame now, and I'll compare it to that, because I was gonna do it in the video and stuff, but I was like, nah, fuck it. I'll just tell everybody that I'm gonna be there. But I won't be there on the Friday day. That's still the case. But I will be there Friday night, Saturday, Sunday. So that's the thing. So. Yeah, and Stu, you're going to be staying at mine Thursday night.
I am.
Yeah, so I'll
play some games and stuff.
I'll join on the Friday night, wherever it's going to be, and then and I'll be there Saturday, Sunday. So I'll be at EGX this year.
Brilliant. So there you go. You heard it here first. He's definitely going to be there.
I'm definitely going to be there. It will be the week after I come back from America, though. I will be fucked.
Yeah. The other thing I'd say to Derek as well, because it's obviously the first time he's going, I'm thinking, first time he's going, just chill out, just meet loads of people from the community. It's a great crack, isn't it? We have just such a good crack on the days that we're there, and just chat to people and just have some fun. Just have fun. That's what we say.
Yeah. Tip. Just have fun.
Have fun.
I think when I first went, I used to look at the retro section and think, who would spend time in the retro section? But now, this year, I'm thinking, I really want to spend time in the retro section. I don't know why.
There you go. Nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. I think that's all the emails, speak pipes, and quizzes done and stuff. So it's time to do some shout-outs and get the hell out of here.
Sweet.
It's time for a shout-out. Hey!
So, over to you first. Chinny, we'll go with you.
I will shout out my phone that I just dropped on the floor
Your broken phone.
My
Good.
broken phone. I don't think it's broken. Nah, it's fine. I will also shout out. Super Armorillo, Super A Mario. I think it is 64. He's been chatting a lot in the chat tonight, so I'll shout him out. I don't know really. Oh, Baron Van Glowers just said hello. Cheeseheads, what up? That's it really. I don't have many shout outs this week. Marsh, who's back in the gaming world because his extension.
He's finished.
Yeah, he's finished. So now I've got my co-op buddy back. But I haven't been playing a lot of games. I've been playing more guitar than games at the moment. I don't
Playing
know.
more guitar than games. That's a weird comparison.
Well,
what shall I play? Games or guitar?
It's your leisure time, isn't it? So when I'm doing stuff in my own time, my leisure time, I usually pick up the guitar than when I'm playing. In fact, a lot of The Witcher 3 was me playing the guitar during the cutscenes. So, yeah, that's me.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, Duke, over to you.
Well, I'd like to shout out the moderators of Life Pro Tips because they removed my goddamn thing. It got 3,000 or 2,500 points upvoted, and then they removed it. And they said it's not specific. I'm like, go fuck yourselves. What are you talking about?
Well, is it meant to be life hacks? Is that what it's supposed to be?
No, there's a life hacks Reddit. This is Life Pro Tip. And it says, this is not considered a life pro tip, parenthesis, a tip that improves life for you and those around you in a specific and significant way. It certainly has. So I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm going to appeal the decision. It's not really a big deal. It's just make-believe internet points, but whatever. I like hearing from people who are like, I've gone through horrible things recently. I needed to hear this. Thank you. So that makes me feel good. Anyway, I will shout out everybody who listens and everybody in the chat. Ian and Steph J and Baron Von Glauer and everyone else. I can't see the full chat list right now, but I will shout out the Duchess because she came back with tasty cakes, even though I don't really like tasty cakes, but it's the thought that counts. And I will shout out what? You were thinking about you. That's fine. You should do that more often. She needs to be more selfish. And I will shout out who else? Bethesda, because they made an awesome Skyrim and Fallout games.
Brilliant.
Sweet.
You're welcome.
Sweet. So yeah. Well, that's good shout outs. Well, I'm gonna shout out. What should I'm gonna shout out Millie for actually joining us to play a game this week.
It was really nice. Sorry, to play with Millie. It was.
Thank you. Sorry.
It was cool. Yeah. She has turned into a very lovely, funny young lady. So you've done well being a good dad there. Well done.
Oh, thank you, mate. Thank you, mate. Yeah, she is funny. It is true. She makes us laugh every day.
She makes me laugh a lot, Millie. I always enjoy speaking with her. And playing video games with her was a first. And she continues to make me laugh. And you can... I'm going to make like a video from what we played on Overcooked eventually when we get through it. So you'll be able to watch that on the YouTubes. If we don't get banned.
And what's kind of cool as well, by the way, just to mention, apart from making us laugh, she's been a good teenager. We've had touch wood. She's not done the usual moody stuff, going out and getting wrecked or any of that stuff yet. So it's all good.
She's only 16, mate. So.
Yeah, I know, but some 16-years-olds have way gone off the rails by now, haven't they? You know what I'm saying?
Well, there's still time.
She's been pretty good. There is still time, but she's pretty good overall.
If she's anything like you on jelly shots, she's going to come back wrecked one day.
Exactly. God, she mentioned... Do you know she mentioned that the other day, funnily enough?
What, when you got fucked up on jelly shots?
Yeah, oh, yeah. We were talking about the wedding, and I'm like, oh, it's going to be a scream because, like, Tara's family are mental, right? Emily went, oh, yeah, all I remember is Tara's mum giving everybody vodka jelly.
Yeah. Yep.
So I was just like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
I'm like, I kind of remember that in a very hazy way. Yeah, I was totally wrecked that night. So yeah, so it's going to be good. I'm looking forward to the wedding. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm reckoning. I'm reckoning it's going to be a bit of a crazy day. And I'm also going to shout out Joseph Fares. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Not entirely sure. Is the guy who obviously wrote A Way Out from Hazelight Studios and obviously did Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, because he's a good game maker and we need more people like him who've got a bit of innovation about them and do something different. So yeah, Keep it up, people like that. You know, keep making stuff that's unique and different to what other people are doing. That's what I like. And that's it for me. So there you go. I'm sure he's listening.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, of course he is. And on that note, we need to get the hell out of here. So let's do that.
Thanks, everybody, for listening.
You can do it!
There you go. We lit. Yeah, that's it. Done. Job done. Well done, people. It was good. It was a good show tonight. I liked it.
Baron Bangor says thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Yeah,
guys.
no, you're more than welcome.
Word.
Yeah, we're looking forward to the 250. 250. Who knew?
Yeah, it's a special
450.
show next week. Are we inviting people or get in touch?
Yeah, we'll do. I'll do put some feelers out this week. See who wants
But
to
if you're
come on.
listening now, get in touch. Come on.
Get in touch, man. Send us an email or whatever. Do that shit and tell us, and we'll get you in on Skype. All you need is a it doesn't even have to be a half decent microphone for those sorts of shows. To be honest, you could just use your phone.
Do we need to have someone? Okay, so when you come on the show, if you can, maybe like have ready your favorite moment from the last year of the show. That's what they have ready. And your game of the year so far for 2018. How about that?
Yeah, that's good. I like that. That's good.
Yeah. And we'd like to have at least one person on this show who's never been on our show before. So if you're listening
that'd be cool.
and you think,
That'd be
I kind of want to be, get in touch. We want you on the show. We're talking to you, random person. And we could use some gender diversity too. It's always a big sausage fest in here. How about having a lady or two on the show? Come on.
Let's get some ladies.
Hey, ladies, get funky.
So yeah, all you gotta have is a phone and a Skype account, and you're all set to go.
How do you get babes then, Duchess?
What?
She went.
What is going?
All right. Yeah.
Okay. That's it. So people get in touch.
Show.
Get in touch. Bye. Bye.
You're too late.
There you go. I'm going to. By the way, guys.
Yes.
Oh, hey, Xy Froth. How do you spell that? Z Froth? I don't know.
What?
Yeah. Well, just joined, and I hear you want someone to new. Guess it's me.
Oh,
so Z Froth in the chat wants to be on the show next week.
Sweet.
Sorry,
we already filled the spot. You don't get to get
it's too late. No, we can definitely do it. Yeah, let's get you on. I think. Let's do that. Word people. So there you go. That's it. We're done.
So tootly. All right, guys. Well, thank you for everything.
Didn't you say? Oh no. Okay, forget it.
What?
I thought you were going to say something, but you okay.
Yeah, I was going to say we should have said the names. Yes, I was going to say something, by the way. Yes, what I was going to say, I might break with tradition this week and publish the show tomorrow.
What the fuck?
Why?
Only because if we want people on the show next week, if I publish it on Thursday, that doesn't give people much time to get themselves sorted out to be on the show on Sunday.
Oh my god, this is unbelievable what I'm hearing.
It's only a one-off. Don't get excited. It's
every
just
week we're going to be like, come on, get in touch. You need to put it out tomorrow, Stu.
Exactly. 1 week only, people.
Proving that you can when you want to.
Oh my god.
1 week only.
Because now when I say, I'm going to stream Wednesday, people can actually tune in because the show is released on Thursday. So by the time I say I'm going to stream Wednesday, they go, that was yesterday.
I already cut things off.
Thanks.
All right.
We're not recording this.
Oh my
God.
God.
It doesn't matter. That doesn't matter anyway.
Well, your stream doesn't matter, Chinny.
Yeah, you've not got it on record, so it's all good.
I do have it on record. It's on the stream.
So there you go.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Yeah. So there you go.
See you later, Duke. Bye.
Yeah. See you.